Good evening. I have no idea where this came from, but it's so true. So, guys, welcome. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you may well be. Lovely to see you all anyway. We've got 14 already just waiting, hanging in there. And thank you for that. I really appreciate it. So, Saturday night with me, Conker, for a couple of hours, have a chat, bit of fun as normal. Try not to get banned. It seems to be often the case at the moment. So what have I been up to? Well, to be honest, things have all come together this week. I've been waiting for bits for. I don't know if you remember. I got this big yellow. What was it? Steeler, whatever it's called. All the bits have arrived for that today. Oh, yeah, this week I should say. Together, all the bits for the mount field I was waiting for. Together with the bits I was waiting for another small mount field that used to rev its guts out. And so it all turned up. This week. So from being sort of a bit stuck with stuff to do for a little bit of painting or one thing or another, all of a sudden I got so much to do I don't know where to start. And one thing, I'm sure you're all the same. Well, I hope you are. When you've got to start doing these things that have been lined up in the shop, you can't remember where all the bits are or where they all go. So you end up putting the wrong bit. Oh well, we're getting there. Put it that way. And then I realised that a certain cable I had fitted that was a double a job to do was the wrong one. Retired, yeah, or retarded. I'm not sure which one it is. So, as I say, lovely to see you all. There's 23 in the house. That's brilliant. It's a Saturday night. It's just after 7 o'clock. I was on time. Let's have a look. See who's in the house this evening. We'll have a yap and have a chat. So let's have a look. Let's go to the very top. Tech Sparky. Good evening, Sparky. As always, you're there supporting me, mate, and I do appreciate that, as you know. I see John Rhodes is on holiday in Crete at the moment. And the bar was a piano player. We found that on one of our cruises. There was a guy in one of the big bars, and he was on a big grand piano, and for some reason he seemed to think that it had to be very loud, so much loud you couldn't hear yourself speak. This is in the bar. It's supposed to be background music. It wasn't, and we had to mention it to him just maybe to turn it down. I think he had the opposite effect. We turned it up. Whatever. Mick Hardy is in the office, or I call it the office. Yes, this is the office, or in the house. Saying hi, Conker. Good to see you, Mick, as always. Henry, big bag, Henry. How are you, my friend? I did see you earlier on with Ken at lunchtime. I tried to get in, but I don't know, something was going on. I've been waiting for a plumber, to be honest with you. You may or may not know, we had a problem with our shower. And eventually we've got back the correct cartridge. Now, I've had a text from this guy yesterday afternoon saying, see you tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow being today. Here we are, 7 o'clock, he's not turned up. Now, he's a damn good plumber, to be fair, but he let me down. So I'm half expecting him to turn up. He's one of these guys that seems to start work at 8 o'clock at night for some reason. No idea why. I don't know, that's by the by. So yeah, good evening, Henry. Lovely to see you, my friend, as always. Guy's playing with his toys. I'm not even going to go there. I'm going to try not to anyway. Good evening, my friend. How are you? Henry's saying hello to everybody else. Vintage Engine Repairs. That will be Tom, I believe. Tom, good evening, my friend. I think Australia, if I'm right, which means you're back very early in the morning. If you are, mate, good to see you, my friend, as always. Mac 210, good evening. You're saying hello to everybody, and it's nice to see you, of course, my friend. Guys playing, still playing. Mac 210, yes. Al McLean, good evening, Al. Hope you're very well. I do beg your pardon. Let's see. I'm just going down through, trying to catch up with everybody. Forgive me, as I say, if I miss anybody. Al McLean saying hello. Ken's good evening, Ken. Hope you're well, my friend. As I said, you were on this afternoon or lunchtime, our time, lunchtime today. I tried to get on, or something that's going on. I can't remember. Whatever. I'm glad you enjoyed your breakfast anyway. And there we go. Can small engines. There we go. Everybody saying hello to everybody else. 28 in the house. Here we go. Just going down through it. I'm trying to catch up a little bit. Forgive me. Ken Small isn't saying hello to everybody. McLean, I'm getting down through Ben's workshop. Good evening, Ben's. Nice to see you, my friend. He's saying hello to everybody else. Eddie, hello, good evening, Eddie. I hope you're very well, my friend. Good to see you as always. Everybody saying hello to everybody else. Let's put an invite out just to see who'd like to come along and have a chat. As always, keep it clean and mean. Try not to get me banned. Oh Lord, there we go. Just put that in there. Where are we? Mark Wiley. Good evening, Mark. Hope you're well. Yes, boys and girls are saying hello to you. Getting down to all the bottom. I think we've actually got there, you know. Where are we? 30 in the house already. And as always, good to see each and every one of you. Everybody's welcome to come up. I noticed last week, in fact, that we had a full house and there was somebody in the background desperately trying to get on board. And forgive me, I just couldn't, I just didn't have any room. So whoever it was, I apologize now, but I will never drop anybody out for the sake of it, obviously. Let's have a look down in the cellar. Well, there's one, you know, I've had a haircut. Yeah, bit of a haircut there. My missus has given me hell over it. She said it's got a bit close to the bark. I like it. So let's have a look, see. So good evening, Ken. Come on up, my friend. Oh my Lord, look at that.
Talk about haircut, huh?
That's a serious haircut, my friend. Oh dear, oh dear.
Everyone's gonna start calling me a Marine, you know.
Well, call me what you want, as long as it's not late for dinner. I don't
Breakfast.
mind. Oh, breakfast. Good looking dudes. Henry, don't take your. Are you going to take your hat off?
Henry took a little off the top.
How's that, huh? Good
I'll tell you what, mate. I'll tell you what. There's grass never grows on a busy street, as they say.
Oh no, you two look surprisingly alike.
Oh.
And then we got another good looking dude here. Look at this, Bruce. Good evening, my friend.
How you doing, Bruce?
It's a big day. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can, mate. We can hear you loud and clear. Thank you.
My big mic.
I got a feeling that hair is a bit short on this.
Yes. Except for here.
And let's bring up Bill as well. I think Bill's got a good head of hair, actually. Yeah, he has. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just showing off. And Sparky, well, Sparky
Hey,
is
how you doing?
lounging. So good evening, everybody. Welcome. I hope
Good
you're all very
evening.
well. You're all well, I hope.
Henry, guys playing with his dolls. I'm Bruce.
Hey now.
Sparky, where are you?
Away.
Oh, it looks it.
Where are you, said Sparks? Where are you too?
Away.
Looks like you're at a vacation place.
Oh yeah, definitely vacation.
You look
Hot
like
tub's there. The hot tub's there, and I'm relaxing.
Right on.
You, mate. Well done.
No radio until next Friday.
Are you still in the UK, I presume?
Yeah, but about 10 meters away from the sea.
Okay, fair enough. Right, but careful you don't fall in there, mate.
I've been in there, done it.
Looks like Torquay to me, but there we go.
Oh, you're close.
Torquay,
See, I see long sleeves, and that's just disturbing. It's 105 here.
No, that is
20.
insane. That is ridiculous, Bill.
Oh, yeah. I do everything like before sunrise. The neighbors will have to get over it.
I won't even ask what you're doing, apart from when you're playing with your toes there. Well, say no more.
That's why the mower's got headlights.
Conker. You're going to get thrown off.
I know, but I'm desperately trying not to be. I'll be honest with you.
Well,
You're the instigator.
It could be better. It could be Del Boy playing with his dolls. You know what I mean?
You know, I regretted the name about an hour after I put it on there, and I thought, you know something? Even I think it's funny, so I got to leave it.
You're absolutely right, mate. It appeals to my sense of humor. I'll be frank with you, which is a bit weird at the best of times.
If I can't laugh at me, who will?
You laugh at yourself, mate. It's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you were quite busy this morning, Ken. Anyway, you were up at the Cracker Sparrow's fart, weren't you?
Yeah, but I was third in line at Duchess. I'm usually first in line because I get there before they open. There was one guy, he gets there, the drive-thru's not even open yet. So what does he do? He drive up the window, and the lady's like, ready to give him a bag. He's like, "What's this?" Because he didn't order yet. I'm like, "You're supposed to order it. Wait till they open." No, he just drove around to the window, and all of a sudden
sat there.
we're sitting there for 10 minutes because he didn't even place an order.
I guess he must be a regular.
Texted his order in or something.
They know me. I just tell them 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, John Clem, to remember one thing, at least one thing I don't like fruit and veg like you do, you know what I mean?
Yeah, leave him alone, Sparky. Leave him alone.
Oh, you haven't read his comment yet. You haven't read his comment yet, Mr. Conker. Read his comments, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because you were quite busy this morning, Ken, weren't you? A lot of people came in.
Yeah, a lot of people, and then it's supposed to rain here, but I was a little productive. I could do a ring job on a Honda, so it's gonna be one of those weekends.
To be honest with you, I thought you might be looking at the app that
WhatsApp thing that Mick started.
Yeah.
Well, I woke up this morning. It said 300. I was like, wow.
I know. I had to turn mine off.
Well, I turned the notification off because the dinger drove me nuts. Yeah, but I tell you though, it's nice when we let each other know about lives and different things. It's pretty good.
I had WhatsApp and I just didn't use it, so I deleted my app. Now I got to get it back.
Unfortunately, Bruce, you'll have to get it back, mate.
You know who's been on it a lot, though? I mean, we did it. And initially, Mick did it because Tom was asking down in Australia, you know?
Yeah.
So, but then all of a sudden, Luke and Laura are on that thing like every 5 minutes. You know? I'm telling you, every other conversation is Luke and Laura.
Okay, where do you guys find the time to do all this stuff? Like
when I'm on the toilet.
Yeah, definitely. In the
that's
toilet,
only 2 hours out of the day.
That side. Computer that side, tablet, PC. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That app was
daily
wearing out the
newspapers.
battery. I had to shut it off.
You gotta watch it.
Yeah. I must admit, I did text Mick and said, "How do I turn this damn thing off?" And all he came back when he was laughing.
Yeah, you got to turn the notifications off with that thing because there's too many people on too many time zones.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was just going to be Q&A, and if somebody had a question or something, but all of a sudden it's like bing, 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 bing.
Social hour.
Yeah.
It's Facebook Junior.
I mean, I put a question on there for this this web motor I've got with the pan gaskets gone, and everybody joined in. I think Tom. Well, in fact, I know Tom from Australia. He's sent me a link to the web people here in the UK, and I've checked them out. But they say,
"What is it with you and web products, Phil? You love torture, don't you?"
Yeah, I tell you what. The story behind this, Ken, is I bought a pair of web mowers, right? They were returns to one of our major supermarkets. They were returns, and I paid £40 each for them.
No, that's not bad.
Now these things were retailing about £150 or something, so it was it was worth doing. The first one I got hold of, bit of oil in it, checked the spark, one thing and another. There was a couple of issues with the carb, nothing to worry. I sold it the following day for £120, so I got my money back straight away.
Okay.
The second one I looked at, it had no oil in it, and I couldn't quite understand.
That's the history of my life the last week with no oil in any of them.
Yeah, I thought maybe they sort of emptied it because it was returned. Then I realised there was an oil leak on the pan, and I thought, well, I'll just double check. I undone the bolts, and they were not torqued up.
On the sump.
On the sump? On the sump, yeah, on the crankcase stump. So I guess probably then that was the issue. However, by taking them off, I managed to rip the gasket.
I just use a little sealer, like Honda sealer or something. That's all.
Yeah.
I might even use the old gasket with a little bit of sealer because that spacing is important for some of the bushings.
Yeah.
A little bit of
the bearings. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a Chinesian one.
Bearing?
Probably
They don't have bearings anymore.
You know,
True,
so
yeah.
I think the old Chinesian ones, you know, give or take a foot is close enough, like, you know.
Careful, Bruce. With that, you'll get us kicked off.
Now,
it's like hell. It's like,
Leave
okay.
it, leave it.
we have a gentleman from Australia in the chat, right?
Oh yeah, Tom.
Come on up.
Yeah, that's Tom.
Remember,
Yeah.
it's 2:15 a.m. in the morning there.
Oh my
We get
lord!
to see what he really looks like.
That's what
Oh,
the fun when the
I
fun
think
starts.
was he with you this morning, Ken?
Yeah, he was, and we were talking, and he put out a video. If you guys haven't seen it yet, where he keeps a journal now, like a logbook. And I was going to ask him, do you put all the swears in there too, like when you cut your finger? And you know, that take up half my notebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked your video today, Ken. Your
But you
Toro.
know, has anyone had trouble when I first tried to upload that video? You talking about the green one or the Toro?
The Toro.
When I tried to upload that the other day, 36 hours, it still hadn't uploaded.
Oh, it's getting stupid out there.
YouTube's
and
been
then it
having a
went
major
today, it loaded
malfunction.
in 4 minutes. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
The other day, there was an announcement on Twitter for the UK. We don't know if the US had it. 91% of the server went down in the UK.
No, okay. Something definitely, because
Yeah, so they had a major meltdown because of one of the fires in California.
yeah.
Okay, what I do is just before I go to bed, I hit the uplink button and then I go to bed.
Yeah, usually it does it in minutes, but like you said, Sparky, maybe one of the server farms went down
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, the server farm blew up basically.
Yeah.
Sounds like California.
My
was
video was
thinking-
pretty good.
More power, more power. Come
That was
on.
the first time, Bruce, I had one where spark plug like loosened up, and then the second time I tried to start it, it wouldn't start. And I look, it was finger tight. I'm like, how the heck?
I made a comment about that last year. It was I had never had bad spark plugs that many, and last year was bad plugs, and this year it's been loose spark plugs.
Yeah, and original with the black paint on it. It was original plug, 2004.
No, nothing against Musty, but when he's testing, he just twists them in by hand, and then and I'm sure he never leaves them loose.
Yeah.
You know, maybe people are watching that and doing that. I don't know.
I've had a few 2-strokes this year too, with that little teeny, those real miniature plugs,
Oh,
and
yeah.
just finger tight. And they have the 45-degree seat where you have to have them tight.
They got to be sealed, just like an old GM.
Yeah.
Well, I always, even with a new plug, I always put a drop of 3-in-1 oil on the threads just to make sure it goes in. I go up to tight, then quarter of a turn back, another quarter of a turn just to make sure that
But the ring seats.
ring seats. Yeah.
Well, new ones with the new rings you got to watch, because you go, but then it's tight, and you think it's already tight, but it's not.
No.
Yeah, when you first kiss up to that ring, you got to mash it.
Yeah. Sure.
Yep.
Sure.
It's
But I like to put a bit of oil on there. Just, I don't know why I did it years ago, and it's just something that stuck with me. I don't like using a dry thread. You know.
Well, you've always put oil on your ring, haven't you? When you know what I mean. What you can expect, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well.
I don't oil the plugs, but I've never had that much of an issue. But
I've usually got half the oil in the lawnmower on my hands, so I don't really have to.
Well,
yeah, a microscopic amount is all you need.
it takes a. Do you remember, right? Conker takes WD-40 to bed with him. You know what I mean? Because he creaks that much. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you what, you're not far wrong at the moment. I'm creaking all over the place. God grief.
So Phil, you've been out in the sun. It looks like you're got sunburn.
I'm in
No,
Texas.
well,
you get a
no,
suntan right through the house.
I've now been told I've got to take these things.
Have a triple him.
Allergy?
The old blood pressure's gone up a little bit.
Oh,
that's too bad.
That's because you're working on web products.
I've been
Take
checking
Red Bull.
every day and it's come down.
Conker, take Red Bull instead. It works better. Red Bull.
Yeah.
Red
We're
Bull.
talking about our friend from Australia. Well, here he is. Is our Tom? Come on up, Tom.
He's in bed, isn't he?
Hey!
Hey!
Bed.
G'day, mate.
Do you ever sleep, Tom? Do you ever sleep?
put your,
I've got a
you
really
put your
weird
hat on.
sleep
And go ahead, sorry. This is
No, you're all right. I've got a terrible sleep pattern. I will stay up until 4 o'clock in the morning working, wake up at 9, and then repeat the whole thing again. But I've got a massive waiting list that I'm trying to get through. So yeah,
That's a good way to never see 60.
Spoons or for small engines?
that's for sharpening systems.
Oh.
So related to spoon carving,
Yep.
So sharpening tools.
You to have a strong Aussie accent, Tom. I've noticed it's very, very soft accent. Almost
He's
like
from-
you've
he's
come
from
from
the
the
land of
UK and gone
Conker.
over there. You know.
Yeah.
All right.
Dialect.
Michael, there's a question here. Michael, his wheel keeps falling off.
I asked him if it was a shoulder screw or what type of screw is
It
it.
should be a shoulder bolt.
Yeah,
And-
if it's a
and,
shoulder bolt, Loctite the hell out of it. You know.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just answer the comment.
Hey Tom, are you ever going to do like a shop tour for the sharpening systems to show us what that is?
At the moment, they're like halfway. Oh, I'm not going to turn the camera around because I'm
No,
just
no,
going
but
to
I'm
lose
saying do
your.
a video or something. I'd be interested in
yeah.
talking about it.
Oh, okay, sure. Okay, well, yeah, I'll do a proper one.
Yeah.
At the moment, you can kind of see I've got a whole bunch of strops from
Yeah,
kangaroo leather and
Mhm.
suede.
Right on. That's black leather you're using there, eh?
Yeah, I buy black dyed veg tanned kangaroo leather.
I do a lot of
Kangaroo
sharpening, and I have. I take a small kit with me to Mexico, and everybody down there has dull knives because they're renting their condo. And I'm trying to find a kit that I can take down that's not too big, and I won't get arrested when I go through customs.
Hey, how does kangaroo leather compare to cow leather? I mean, is there any differences?
It's so superior, Ken. Honestly, there's
Really?
zero comparison. The fact that it's so much thinner, so its natural thickness is 0.6 millimeters,
Wow.
which is
24,000. Yeah.
25,000.
Yeah.
Is that right?
24,000.
Well, I use cow
So it
leather,
doesn't-
so I'm going to switch.
Well, it doesn't compress, and the problem with cow leather, especially for the bevels we use in carving, which are wide and flat,
Yeah.
you'll actually, when you put compound on them, you'll actually round the bevel if the leather compresses, and you end up making a bit of an egg shape to the end of it.
Oh.
And when you come back to resharpen it, your bevel is contacting the abrasive medium, but the actual cutting edge isn't. And so people will sharpen and sharpen and sharpen. They'll go through the whole process. They'll then go on to strop, go back to doing, in this case, wood carving, and then knives are as dull as they started because they never raised that burr. They never removed enough of the
That
bevel.
last piece.
Yeah, exactly, Bruce. So these blades that we use are called Scandi grinds. They're like really wide, flat bevels.
That's a mean looking.
That's a shanker.
Yeah, that's what Mick said. He's like, yeah, I had that in podcast.
In
But
prison.
the bevels, yeah, bevel's about 5 or 6 mils wide.
Wow.
And as soon as you put that onto anything that compresses, you'll destroy that bevel.
You use that
So,
for carving, Tom? That
Yes,
real-
mate.
Wow.
Yeah. So a couple of specialist things are the fact that it is so fine. It does go to such a fine point. And the belly, which is this kind of round section here, isn't too obtuse. So you've got just much greater control, greater accuracy, and it gives you
Beautiful.
the ability.
What kind
to,
of steel, Tom? What kind of steel?
Well,
This is
Japanese.
exciting, actually. This is a custom-made blade that I designed, made by hand in Switzerland by a friend of mine called Roman, and it's the first that anyone that I know within the carving community, the first carving knife that is made out of what's called Z-ware, which is a super steel. It's a powder metallurgical steel,
Oh, wow.
and it can hold its edge for a very long time. And when you come back to resharpen it, it's no more difficult than a typical high carbon tool steel blade, which is what you would typically find with good quality hand tools. But this blade will last. I did some testing. It was about 10 to 12 times the length.
You think that's a knife?
Oh, here we go. Where's Mick?
Let me get my little surgical badge out.
How do you spell that?
I worried
Tom?
when I heard the
Oh,
zipper.
the Z-ware. How do you spell that?
Literally as it sounds, Ken. So Z
Yep.
space W-E-A-R.
Okay.
This
Yeah,
is
have
my
it.
little
It's
baby.
fascinating.
This is my little. I love this one. This is my favourite little toy. It's
Oh,
not a toy to anybody else, but it's one of my little things.
yeah. They've become really personal. It's like, personal. It's like anything that you
Yes,
use quite
they're like
You
a
can
friend.
do this with this. This is the one I
Yeah.
like, is because you can do that with it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's satisfying, isn't it? So,
I use
Anyway.
Tom, I use a sharpening system on a wheel with
Yeah.
a very large and it's water fed.
yeah,
And,
Tormek. Tormek T8.
Cormac, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ormic, yeah, they make
What about
those are
those?
good
Have
tools.
you ever used those?
Yeah, I've got a very close friendship and working relationship with all the guys at Tormek, and they've sent me jigs and things to test. And
Yeah.
what's the last thing? They sent me a can't even keep up. They've been awesome, but yeah, they're wonderful machines.
Yes.
Yeah,
the geared down stone. The geared down stone is
I've
so
struggled
nice.
to sharpen
Bruce.
knives on it though. I find the last time I sharpened, I mean, I'm a slaughterman by trade, or was. I've still got my knives in saws and one thing or another. But what I've found is when I was sharpening one of the knives, well, not because I stopped momentarily on the stone rather than going across. It's not a nice straight edge to it. It's dents in the damn thing. And
Yeah,
I can normally I've had to put it back on a stone to do it by hand to get it back to where I wanted it. You know.
Oh, okay. Well, look, hey.
my bad technique, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I mean, there is.
Yeah, I use a bluestone system. So the knives I've got, they're called a bluestone system, where you use engineering dye, and you engineer it dye down to, and you can see the high spots and low spots. Basically, you can tell where it goes through, and that's what I've used, and that's what I use on that knife.
So what do you actually carve, Tom? Obviously, I presume it's wood. Obviously.
Yeah.
So what actually are you carving?
It'll probably sound a bit strange, but spoons. Literally, I've got one here. Actually. I had this one on one of, was it Ken's videos? But this one's broken. I broke it. But they're all literally done by hand. There's no sandpaper. It's all off the knife.
Would they cost much to get across the UK then?
So I haven't sold them in a while, mate. I stopped probably about a year ago, but all my sharpening systems go to the UK, and it's about $50 Australian to post. But I love it, but it's when you do something too much, it can become, let me spin this around, it can become a little bit of, it loses that spark, doesn't it?
So you were born with a wooden spoon in your mouth.
Yeah, I guess. I used to eat
Bruce, did you hear what he gets for these things? He gets a pretty penny for these things.
Yeah, but I can't imagine the work. I bet you're probably not even breaking even.
Yeah, minimum wage hourly.
At the beginning, let me just, how do I get back? Are we there? There we go. Yeah, at the beginning.
Yep.
He lost his camera or something.
In the beginning, there was light.
Hey, there we go. Oh gosh,
Good one, though.
Nice computer.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, it's missing about 5 or 6 keys. It's a wood chips. Wood chips used to get caught underneath them, so I had to pull the keys out, and I couldn't get them back in.
Oh, wow.
The one you use for the shop.
Oh, there you go.
Exactly, mate. Yeah.
Zoom in, Phil.
Yeah, hang on a second. There we go.
Sorry, mate.
Got you.
See?
There we go.
Yeah, sadly it's broken, but how much are they? They used to sell. Yeah, that's it. Each and every single one is basically done with a knife under good light.
No sandpaper.
Yeah, draw lines.
No sandpaper.
Now, is that symbolic to one of your designs, Tom?
It's what I'm known for. These are called facets, and they go over the spoon, both sides, and the bowl. And these ones taper to the side. And you know, it's funny. I could bore you to death with talking about carving, but there's so much that goes into something so simple for it to be comfortable, for it to be functional. So I love the challenge, and it's so nice because you can just do it in your front room. You don't need a workshop with all these crazy big tools. You know. Tom,
didn't you have a spoon carving channel? I seem to remember.
Oh yeah.
I seem to remember you a while back with a spoon carving channel.
Yeah. So literally, how do I flip my camera around? Spoon carving with
Tom. Right. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Really go.
Bless you.
Yeah, my mom used to break those wooden spoons on me.
My head and my butt.
People used to tease me about that. Let's say, send me a spoon, but just make sure it's really light.
We used to carve them out camping with a jackknife, but they certainly didn't look like that.
But that's the thing, Bruce. It doesn't really matter as long as you have fun with it. As long as you enjoy it, it's the process that really counts.
I'm trying to imagine how you do the concave part and not have to sand it.
It's here, Bill. Another tool out. This is another knife that I designed and had made. This one was made in the US actually, and it's called a hook knife.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, we used to
everything came together, eh, Bill?
Horses.
Yeah.
It looks like the
came
hoof
together
to do the cow's hoofs.
Yeah.
It's exactly right. Yeah.
So when you think knife, you think straight.
Exactly. Yeah. So this is a hook knife. It's got a slightly convex outer bevel, flat inside with tram lines for ease of sharpening. And it was
How
just a
often
design
does the sharpening last, Tom?
That's where that straight knife came in, that Z-Ware Sloyd knife. That will last with just stropping. I managed to get 7 hours of wood carving without even stropping, and it was still shaving sharp.
Whoa, stropping? What is that? What is that?
Sorry, those kangaroo leather strops.
On a strap.
Leather.
Oh, just doing the. Oh, okay. Oh, the leather.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So you put some compound on the suede first, and then you strop on there, and then you move on to the leather. So I could carve with that Z-Ware knife it was about 7.5 to 8 hours, and the blade was still shaving sharp. All these knives are, I'll show you in a sec.
Oh, Swiss steel, right?
This one's Z-Ware, and this one is just a high carbon steel. So to give you a bit of a point of reference, this one will last about 45 minutes without stropping, and it will still be shaving sharp, whereas this one will last about 7 to 8 hours. Because it's got a few extra elements in it, which basically increase the wear resistance, is basically what it stands for.
I have to interrupt. I bet you have absolutely no hair on your forearms.
Yeah.
Bruce, literally, I used to go around and they were bare. But as I said, I don't do as much carving now. I spend more time repairing engines. But yeah.
Because if I can't shave, I mean, I'm nothing like where you're at, but I do quite a bit of sharpening for people and that. And the hair is always gone off my forearm.
Yeah.
And then you move on to your legs. Yeah.
And if you can't shave with a knife, it's not sharp.
Exactly. I'll flip you around if I can get the camera to work.
Yeah. Bruce shaves with his axe.
Yeah.
I've got. Funny you should say that. Actually, in fact, talking about.
It's like Bruce's shop.
Bruce's carbon tools.
Yeah.
What was that?
Like Bruce has that hanging in his shop too.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, you do, on the back wall by your car.
Yeah.
On the wall, yes.
Yeah. So
Below the
this one
clock.
was made in. Just drop me down if you get bored of this. This one is a handmade axe in Sweden, and I'm very good friends with.
It looks like a Brunswick something or other.
Ooh, nice edge.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful, and I've had this for about 3 or 4 years.
How old is that, Tom? Is that old or?
3 or 4 years, mate. It was made a few years ago. This one could do with forged. Yep, hand forged. It was hammer forged by hand, so you'd have a big hammer that comes up and down. You put your foot on a lever,
like a plenishing hammer.
Metal.
Plenishing hammer.
Cool.
Is that? I'm not sure of that one, Bruce. But if it is a big heavy hammer that smashes metal,
drop forge. Yeah, drop forge.
Yeah, but no. Drop forge would be one single press and it would be done. This is literally done by the craftsman moving the metal around. You can actually see each hammer blow to thin out the beard of the axe. And then
rod or what type of material?
The handle is elm and the head, I believe, is 52-100, but I'm not sure. They might have a slightly different steel. And that would have been done on a very similar machine. Phil, you were saying about the Tormek. It was done on a very similar machine, and then you do a hollow, and then you do flats over the top.
Excuse me for being so forward, but I'm quite interested. What type of material is in the wedge?
That is
the wood part of it or the metal part?
I'm not sure. No, there's no metal. There's no metal in here.
No metal at all? Oh, well.
Possibly walnut, but it looks a bit light to be walnut, to be completely honest. So I would.
You have to worry about expansion, right, Bruce? Different expansion.
Well, you want it to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a well hung head or a well hung axe head should have the splays. Yeah. Get your mind out the gutter.
All my axes are well hung.
Yeah. Oh dear. But anyway.
Okay, Phil, get the button ready. You're about to get banned.
He's already phoned me.
Thank you for that. I'll try to keep my mouth shut now. I'm so into that.
Tom, you were saying 52-100. That's like the most popular bearing steel.
Exactly right. Yeah. Absolutely. So they use that a lot. I'm not 100% sure if they use that on their axes. There is a possibility they don't, but I've used a lot of their other tools, like hand tools, that are 52-100, but because it's an impact tool, it might be different. But
well, someone in the chat was mentioning the ABEL, which is similar to the 52-100.
Oh, okay.
Who was it up there? Somebody was mentioning ABEL. Al McLean.
Yeah, you were saying, Tom, about being a high carbon. Obviously, high carbon is very easy to sharpen, but it does rust if you don't look after it, doesn't it?
Absolutely, mate. Yep. Give it a coat of oil once you finish with it.
Yeah, I use
you
a
get
Japanese oil that they spray their samurai swords with.
Camellia oil.
Yeah. I use it on all my tools and stuff.
Yeah.
And it works brilliantly. The tools just never rust with it.
Yeah. It's a beautiful light oil, isn't it?
It's lovely stuff, and it lasts a long time. I mean, I've had a pot of it or a jar of it now for 5, 6, 7 years, and I'm still over half full to this day. You know.
Yeah. Have you got the applicator as well, Phil, or just the bottle, the spray bottle?
No, it's a spray. It's a spray applicator.
You don't have the Camellia oil little bottle? Have you seen those?
Not that. No, mine is I suppose a bottle like yay high.
We got the roll-on, Phil. Roll-on.
It's almost like that. I mean, that's
that type of thing. Yeah,
here it is. There we go. There we go. That's what it is, isn't it?
That type of thing. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that's it.
That's Camellia oil.
That's the stuff.
Yeah.
What's that for your fried rice?
It is food safe. Well, I'm not sure about this one, but yeah, they do use it to cook with. I wouldn't, but Phil, you can also buy. It doesn't really matter, but these small pots, they're little applicators. So you'd put the oil inside here.
Yeah.
And there's like a wick in it, and you fill that end up as well, and then you just wipe it on the end of the blade. So anytime you just literally wipe it down, it just leaves like a small amount of oil on it.
Sure. For instance, I got a bench drill with a steel pole held together. I sprayed that on there. Must have been 10 years ago once, and it's still rust free to this very day.
You've had better luck than I have.
That'd probably be good for like bandsaw tables and things like that.
Anything, yeah. Anything that it can rust. This stuff is amazing. It is amazing stuff. It's not particularly cheap though, Tom, either, is it?
No, mate. No, you do pay for it. You're quite right.
Yeah.
You do pay for it.
I was gone. I was getting another coffee. I use gun oil.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell you what, guys, we are honoured tonight. Guess who we got?
No.
Okay, how are you?
Hello, everyone. I am happy to be here. This is such a wonderful distraction. Actually, a productive distraction in all the other stuff going on in my life recently. So I'm glad to be here.
It's great to see you.
It's been a while.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a while. 3 solid weeks of night work just is no fun. I can tell you that.
A lot of shows, Stella. A lot of shows going on.
Well, one particular one that lasted 3 weeks. So it was.
What was it? Anything we know? Anything we'd be familiar with?
It was Hamilton.
Oh, okay.
And it was a minimum of 88 loads of laundry a week. I can tell you that.
Wow.
Yeah, and even more so. It was just hard. Basically, doing the night shift. It means I have to time shift part of my life, and then still try to take the time to do the other things. I was actually trying to finish up a lawnmower that I promised the guy I'd do last on Monday. So it's crazy.
Hey, how many seat venue are you working at there?
I think it's 3,200 or something like that.
Wow.
Sold out every single show.
Nice.
Yes.
I know Broadway sold out. It's a real popular show.
Oh yeah, it's very popular. And audiences love it. I've only been able to hear it, never seen it before. I just get to listen to it. So how is everyone else?
Good.
We're really good, Stella. Thank you. Really good. Welcome. I don't know if you've had a chance to meet Tom yet. Tom Tom's from Australia.
Tom, how are you?
I'm really good. It's lovely to see you live. I've seen a few of your videos, and I thoroughly enjoy it. So
thank you very much. I've seen a few of yours too. And it's just, it's kind of nice. I know there's a lot of people from Australia that watch some of my videos, and I've never really met any of them. So it's great to meet you.
Stella, have you seen mine?
Which one? The most recent one? Probably not, Phil. So I'll have to go look later. Well, no, it's been crazy for me. I mean, I finally got around to buying an oil extractor. And I said, "Oh, I'll just do an unboxing video. How hard can that be?" And I haven't even been able to do that, So it's kind of crazy. It's still sitting there. I'm going to do that. I think people like unboxing videos.
Do you get a mighty
that
vac
would be
or
hard to
hardwood
stick
spray?
back in the box once you've used it because it would come out kind of dirty.
No, it's not a mighty vac. It's another off-brand, but it
Mine's
but
hardwood
it
spray. It works good.
Yeah, well, this one hopefully will last long. It has a whole series of good tubes and adapters and all that sort of stuff, and I can hook it up to my air compressor that goes off all the time. So that'll help hopefully make my life a little bit easier.
Thank you.
Tom, you got another subscriber, mate.
Thank you,
Yeah.
mate. Appreciate it.
Steve, good evening.
Oh,
Oh, hey.
Good to see you. 41 in the house. Look at that for a screen. Brilliant.
The Brady Bunch.
Della Love. I haven't seen you for a long time.
It's been a long time. It's been crazy, and hopefully things are going to slow down a little bit for me. I got one more ugly show next week, and then that's it. I'm done for the summer. So.
Oh, wow.
And then you're going to be bored.
No, believe me, my house and my shop and everything in my world, if you can see behind me, that's what my life looks like. I mean, everywhere, stuff everywhere. I would qualify for an episode of Hoarders, but I have no emotional attachment to any of this crap around my house. I can tell you that. It's just
Is that
pure
seafoam I
laziness.
see behind you?
Do what now?
Is that seafoam I see behind you, my dear?
seafoam.
No, that is. Oh yeah, that's some. I'll throw that in some stuff every now and then. I know it's snake oil, but whatever.
Back
now
to
that we
full
don't-
dancing.
This is the other snake oil. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I like K100.
But I mean, in all honesty, I can hear on an engine about 5 minutes after I put it in, it kind of smooths out a little bit. So maybe it's taking away a little bit of debris or junk or whatnot.
It
I don't know.
takes care of the water, like it says, makes water burn.
I
It
hope so.
dissolves the water is what it does.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah. So
Exactly.
hopefully, yeah. I was just fixing up. Like I said, I just have finished up a mower for a guy that I promised to have it on Tuesday this week, and that just didn't happen. So anyway.
Well,
Why, Mick?
you guys might know that I don't get ethanol-free fuel anymore at the co-op. That was the end of my happiness for the summer. So I do have a can of that.
Forever, Bruce.
Well, Bruce, I looked up on puregas.org and looked in your town,
Yeah.
and I think there were 3 stations listed. Do they no longer sell that at all? And the co-op was not listed.
Oh, okay. Well, it might be the Shell or one of those, but that's this mid-grade.
Right. And that's what I have to get, because the one station I go to that has the best price, it's everything on the mid-grade pump is ethanol free.
Yeah, and I'm going to use up what I have because it's no problem in the summertime if you use it
Right.
up and don't let it sit. So it's okay.
Right. Or just put it in your car or truck. That's what I do.
Yeah.
I must admit, I went to this get petrol the day myself. I had to take a second mortgage out to fill the tank up.
Tell me.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
What
say
is
when
it
I'm
selling
even
for?
doing a mower.
I heard it's just gone
It's
through.
nearly £2 a litre over here now.
Yeah, you do a mower and you have to
£2 a
charge more if you fill up the
So
tank.
2 pounds a liter, that'd be like that's a lot.
It's twice
litre.
what we have.
Nine
basically,
can
Bruce.
coming.
I don't fill up the tank on mowers when I drain them and fix them. I just put enough in to start it and test it and tell people where they need to go buy that ethanol free stuff. So
Yeah. I wonder what you're going to show us then, Henry. You started playing around with
This guy.
that. Oh, your back scratcher. I wonder what on earth it was for a minute.
makes the back of my neck itch watching you.
I know.
Yeah, it is. It's like somebody yawning. You think about it, it's like, okay,
right.
I'm okay.
Yeah. We're all doing this.
I keep hearing people talk about avgas, aviation gas.
Don't do it.
No? Why?
Because it's super high octane.
Yeah, hard to start.
It's hard to
It takes
start.
too long to burn.
Yeah. I mean, people do that in the antique scooter world, and they learn pretty rapidly that they hole a piston doing that. So
Yeah.
Because it burns
What?
too hot?
Burns too
Yeah.
hot, too slow.
It burns real hot.
slow.
Hot but slow.
Yeah,
And-
the
and
combustion
actually-
is big and long and slow.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and on a 4-stroke, I don't think you're going to hold a piston, but on old 2-strokers, it's not a good idea.
Just like on an old Camaro, when you hop up and put a new camshaft in it, you got to turn the timing from 12 degrees to 17.
Yes, that's what you do on old scooters.
You
Yeah.
gotta burn it ahead of time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Burn it before it burns.
Give it a head start.
Interesting.
Yeah,
it's like
basically
racing.
on all the old scooters I do, they now tell you that you want to retard them about 2 to 3 degrees now, just because of modern better fuels and oils. That's all it is. So they
Are they
typically
adjustable?
Yeah, you get a more complete burn with it.
on the
That's
old
the price.
scooters, absolutely, yeah.
Oh. Because
Yeah.
everything I work on has got the magnets fixed, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's true.
Well, what happens is the stator plate fits right on there, and there's basically like oval shaped holes that it fits in that'll have like maybe 3/4 of an inch of turn, and so you loosen those and you can turn it a degree or this or that. So
That's
Not
a
a
mile
Vespa
per time.
mechanic.
I guess that wouldn't work on a Briggs and Stratton, or if you start.
well, no, you would have to rearrange the keyway slot. Sorry,
Right.
key slot. I know that bothers some.
Or modify the key and shift it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can get a small amount from opening the points a bit, can't you? A minimal?
Some, but
Not a
a
huge
lot of
amount.
the other restorations I have electronic ignition have been upgraded for that too.
Module.
So again, yes, it's fun.
What a
Try
smart
to.
bunch, eh?
Well, I try not to hold any pistons. I can tell you that.
Hey, Steve, I got a comment for you,
Can I-
Steve. I was watching your video, and I was working on a Honda this morning that had the extension on the block. So
It's not a general purpose engine.
yeah, so it's a GCV 160 on a Sears Craftsman walk mower,
Oh,
but it
what do
had
you-
the actual
are you-
2-inch extension on it for the dipstick. So you have to use the dipstick in that case.
Are you talking about my video on the GX engine?
Yeah, the one where you're saying just fill it to the top and let it go.
Yeah, that's not a GCV though.
Yeah, GCV. That's what I'm working on.
No, mine was
Yeah,
on a
but
GX.
the engine that Steve had was not a GCV.
Oh, it was a GX.
No,
Oh, okay.
mine was a GX still.
Oh, okay.
Horizontal.
Yes, that's what I said. I was
Ah.
saying what you said.
Oh, yeah.
I was saying.
Hey, I said it 3 times in the video. GX general purpose engine.
I'm hard of hearing.
Yeah.
The one with the flywheel.
Now that I got the hair removed, I'll be able to hear better.
Question there
Yeah.
for you, there, Stella. What do you think
What? Oh,
about mixing up E5 and E10?
Oops.
I don't think it matters. You're going to wind up with E7.
Yeah, you're gonna have to eat something still.
I'll be right back, you guys. You guys are killing me.
Yeah, Steve, it's kind of hard to tell in your videos how you really feel about things sometimes. It's like you're holding it in with that GX motor.
I actually cut out one part when I said, Honda, you suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's in many regards they do.
Yeah, when I was looking for my first editor, I had to find something that I could edit out the curse words easily.
Yeah.
I had one in my video, my last one. When the
You got
Oh, yeah, he did.
when the cable thing, it was all old and brittle. I was typing out snap shit. Okay, whatever.
Well, it's not like they'll ban the video. All they'll do is
Yeah.
re-rate it.
Yeah.
And
No,
Steve
they
can't
won't
watch
ban it.
because then it's
But
over
it's a
18.
good thing I had a Toro recycler in the back that I could steal the part off of.
I must admit, if I edited all the swear words out of any video of mine, you'd have about a 2-second video.
Well, we should do one where we bleep the swears and half the video would be bleep, 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 bleep.
Exactly.
You know, I did a video once, a few years ago now, on my worst comments, my top 10 worst comments ever.
I remember.
That was a great
And-
video.
And I beeped every word out, but some of them were like slightly beeped. But it was full of swear words because I'm reading these comments and I'm beeping each one out. And to this day, I've never heard a word from YouTube about it.
Nah.
They don't
You
care.
won't.
They'll just re-rate the video for 18 years old.
I
Right.
don't think they can.
No.
You check mark when you upload it. You
Yeah,
check
when you
mark
upload
this
it.
is Yeah, when you upload it, yeah. And I check marked on that one. No, this does not have it. What are those check marks? One of them says do you have excessive, I can't remember the wording, excessive foul language or something like
Profanity,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, something like that. But I'm like, they're all beeped out. So no, and I check mark
No, you
no.
don't.
And I've never heard a word from them about it. So
Excessive is an opinion.
exactly my point.
You
That
drop a lawnmower
exactly
on your foot. Excessive is like 4 minutes worth of cursing.
Yeah, they should really change. I've always thought YouTube should change that from excessive profanity. Well, your definition of excessive profanity is different than mine. They should literally change that. Is there more than 2 F-bombs and 1 S-bomb?
Yeah. A
And
pastor
then
and
yes
a
or
sailor
no.
don't see the same thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Can I just say, Steve, I've been following you for years, mate, and it's a pleasure to actually come and do a live video with you and just say how much I enjoy your content. It's awesome. I've only been in this group for a couple of weeks, but yeah, it's awesome. So I enjoy everyone's content. I just wanted to say I've followed you for years, mate, and thoroughly
Thank you.
enjoy it, so.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Hey, did you hit your subscribe button for me?
Have I hit the subscribe? Oh, I've been subscribed for years. I don't know, probably good 2 or 3 years. Can you imagine if I hadn't and you're searching and it's like, no, you haven't.
Yeah, everybody subscribe to everybody right now.
That's what I'm doing.
I am. If I could
thoroughly
subscribe
enjoy
more
it.
than once, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve, I
Great
love yours
content.
because when I get an opinion, I tend to sit on it and you say it for me.
Well, do the video again.
Yeah, right.
Well, no, seriously. People see me say something. Some people want to see you say the same thing, but they want to hear it coming from you.
Right.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I saw one guy did an oil change video last week, and he says, like, there's not a million of them. It's like, buddy, if only one video got done of each thing, we'd only see one way to do it, and there'd only be like 9 videos.
Very true.
You know?
Hey, Phil, can I put up a new subscriber?
By all means, Henry, of course. No problem, mate.
All right, those of you that like working on chainsaws and everything, I don't know if any of you have subscribed to this mate. His name's Scott, and this is his channel.
The greasy shop rag.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've watched his videos. It's good
excellent.
stuff.
He's
I've
Yes.
seen that one.
a lot of joking around, with jokes. He's from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and he's an excellent video maker.
He
Show
sounds
it
like
to me
he should
again
be
in 5 minutes.
affiliated
I've
with
got
Terrell.
3 minutes left on an upload.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I highly recommend subscribing to him because he is good.
So does he do vintage stuff, Henry, or modern stuff?
Moderate and old and repairing and chainsaws
Restorations.
that he would people would use to slab wood and everything. They sell these configurations so it goes on the chainsaw.
Yeah, like a mill. A mill.
Yeah, like a mill.
Yeah.
All kinds of things. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Well, certainly, I'll check them out. One of my passions is vintage chainsaws.
There you go.
You like being punished, do you?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm
I do a little bit of work.
working on 2 1968 Homelite C1020s right now, and they don't have a compression release.
Yeah.
People don't know
One of the
Homelights used to be
HDs.
really good saws. They weren't Walmart saws then.
Yeah.
No. Right.
Hey, vintage engine. I
Yes,
can only read rap.
It's Tom.
Tom, thank you. You're reading my freaking mind now. I was just gonna say.
Mate, I've been following you for a while.
Okay, so what's the name of your channel? Because I want to go look at your.
Vintage engine repairs.
Okay.
With
Hey,
a V.
Scott,
With a V, Steve.
Phil, do me a favor, zoom me in for a second. I saw Stella here, and I just thought of this, and I had to do it.
There you go.
Behind every successful man, there's a woman, a loving, giving, caring woman. But you wouldn't know about that, Dan, because there's no old saying about what's behind a miserable failure.
Oh, wow, it gets better.
Jane,
Hey, you ignorant slut.
I've
Dan
seen that
Aykroyd.
1,000 times and still love it.
Dan
That is
Aykroyd.
I
classic.
think I was 10 years old when that came out. I love that. Oh.
I,
My mother would argue and argue and argue, be like, "Mom, you ignorant slut." She's like,
Yeah, you
Oh,
say
I-
that once.
I bet that went over well,
Poor
Ken.
Phil.
well, no, because she never watched Saturday Night Live, and then we didn't have VCRs back then, so I couldn't
Right.
show her. And she's like, thought I made it up, and I'm like, no, it was on TV. You know?
Poor Phil's
That's on
the only one
TV.
that's
Never
not
got
funny.
me out of diddly.
Oh.
No,
No, Ben, that's from Saturday Night Live from the early 70s, mid 70s, actually.
yes.
Jane Curtin and Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah, he looked good back
They would
then.
always do a point counterpoint, and Jane would have a point, and Dan would always go on, "Jane, you ignorant slut."
Yeah.
Right.
The only person not smiling is Phil up in the top corner there. Hearing those words come out. Don't ban me.
Thanks, Rob. Tom has very, very kindly sent me some info on it and some websites I'm going to try.
Hope it
We'll wait
helps,
and
mate.
see.
Hope it helps. I don't. Have you contacted them already? Have you?
No,
That's
I've only
specific
got the message just before it came up on here, Tom. So
No, all good, mate.
I
all
did click the link and they said it wasn't available. They were sold out.
Is all the
Yeah.
gasket there, Phil, just torn, or what?
It broke when I took it apart. It's no longer a whole piece.
Yeah, I don't know. I just gooped it.
Yeah,
Well,
if you
yeah.
got,
I mean, I'm just yes, of course you can, John. Of course you can, because the motor itself leaked oil out the pan, and when I investigated it, it was the bolts hadn't been torqued down, and that was the problem. You know, it's a typical
Which
Chinese
gasket is
thing.
this?
Base gasket for the base.
It was a pan
Oh.
gasket
Like a
or the crankcase gasket
crankcase
Uh,
gasket, yeah.
On what kind of engine?
on a Chinese
A Web 400.
Web 400. Yeah.
Huh.
You'll probably find, Phil, a little bit of Permatex number 3, even with a crack in it. It's not really got to hold any pressure. Crankcase is
Yeah.
insulated,
Pressure,
so
no.
you'll probably be fine.
Yeah.
Let me show
Yeah,
you what
I
I
mean,
use.
If I can't get a gasket for it, there's two options. I can try and make one. I've got some gasket paper, or I'm going to put it together with some. I use that. What's the American adhesive? Gasket glue or some gasket something. Brilliant stuff.
Oh, gasket cinch. Yeah.
Honda
Gasket
Bond.
cinch, yeah, gasket
Permatex. Yeah.
This is,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Well, I think it'll be
It comes in
hard. Doesn't
freezable
it have
tubes,
like
it comes in all, we've got it all over the world.
Yeah, the former gasket's okay. Yeah.
I honestly really like it. Although ethanol, actually, it's not going to be an issue for that because it's not going to touch fuel. But I don't know how ethanol goes with it because I think it's alcohol based, isn't it? As
Yeah.
its carrier. But I love it.
Yeah, I like the
I use
gasket.
the black Permatex.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, ultra black is really good.
It's been around
I
for
think-
years, hasn't it?
I think you'd have a hard time making a gasket because it doesn't have like 8 bolts or something crazy like that.
Yeah, and two
Yeah.
studs as well. Yeah,
I've done it.
And it's only torn in one place.
yeah.
You might put
I
sealant
would
on that
just-
one little spot.
Goop it.
Yeah, Yamabond, Honda Bond, Permatex, any of that stuff. Gasket maker, that'll take care of it.
Yeah.
Okay, Tom, how tall are you, buddy?
6'2". Why's that?
Wow.
I literally nearly. Oh, is it because I held the camera down here? Was it? Oh.
No,
Yeah.
I just thought your head was awfully close to the ceiling.
I think it's just the angle. I was just popped in and made a cup of tea. No,
I'm 2 inches shorter than I was 15 years ago.
Yeah, I don't mind.
I think that happens to all of us, Bruce. Doesn't it? We
Yeah.
get older, we start- I'm taller when I get up in the mornings and I go to bed. I'm shorter again. Yeah.
Yeah, when I was
He's not listening.
when I was between 35 and 36, I actually gained an inch, but now I'm slowly giving it back.
I find in the mornings that when I get in the
Talking height?
car, the mirror's wrong.
Yeah, I went from 5'10" to almost 5'11" in that time,
Gotcha.
and now it's slowly going down again. Getting old.
Yeah, that happens.
That's what I like.
What's that stuff?
And
Ken?
right,
Right
is that a
stuff. It's
spray
like,
on something?
no, it's like
That's
cheese
what I
whiz.
use.
It's like cheese whiz, but it's black silicone, from Permatex. But it's really,
It's
really
got a
good.
high temperature, good coefficient.
Yeah. The only thing is
I-
you got to keep the tip clean so it doesn't freeze off in there.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
got to have
yeah.
a talent for that. The tube you can
Yeah.
take, you can go your own speed with that.
Yeah.
You go the speed of the can.
But I tell you, it's just like Honda. Honda doesn't use gaskets anymore. It's all that great crap they use.
I've heard really good things about the Honda Bond, and I've never used it.
Yeah. I've used Honda Bond, but that red stuff that they use in Canada a lot. What's that stuff?
Permatex.
No, the red stuff. They use it in
Durco?
Porsches. They use it. It's what is it?
Durco.
Durco.
Red?
Yeah, Durco.
Durco.
Yeah, I bought some of that specifically for a steel chainsaw that said recommended using it in a clamshell application.
Is it the black stuff, Ken, you're talking about?
The stuff in the can, yeah, the right stuff is real. It's not cheap though. An aerosol can like this is $20.
Yeah, I was going to say it's £20 over here.
Yeah, but it's great. So I mean, you put it on. I mean, if you got a good stroke, good hand, it works great.
Do that again. That was a good sound effect.
How do you spell that?
I at one time purchased an aerosol can of
contacts in it.
It's like when I take flywheels off. You know?
I one time purchased a can of dielectric grease in a can. They don't even make it anymore because it was so awful. All the aerosol leaked out after 2 months or something. I'm like, screw
Look
this.
at 55 Ford's video. Recharge it.
No, you can't. It's got a little rubber bung in the bottom of it. So
you can recharge it with a needle. Yeah.
No, I just use tubes. I just use.
Oh, you just cut it off.
You cut it off from the bottom.
You put it onto a shop hose?
What are you using chopsticks in there?
Q-tips.
Oh,
cotton swab. Y'all know about that.
Phil knows
I
about
had
cotton swabs.
White lithium grease that lost its pressure, so I repressured it with my air compressor with Klaus's little red guy. But I always think of the diesel effect when I'm doing that.
Right.
Yeah, it looks like white lithium grease, Bruce. It looks like it did explode all over your face.
Thanks.
No offense.
You should put your beard back on. We look the same age.
I actually did a couple days ago. I had to shave it off again.
Hey, is the weather improved out there, Steve? Or you guys
it is BEA beautiful today, right now.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. 18, 19.
Oh, Ken's gone. I spent the whole day in the garden weeding yesterday. Ugh. My knees are shot.
What's wrong with Trudy?
They say a weed is a plant growing in the wrong place. Is that right?
That's
it's pretty nice here.
Anything that's not in a row gets pulled.
103.
103.
That's not even humanly possible.
That's wrong.
And tomorrow it's going to warm up.
We're still at night, Bill. We're still approaching freezing. We're going down to 3 Celsius at night, 4 Celsius at night.
Yeah, so, we come really. It cools off at night here. It comes really close to 90.
Phil, can I do a mail call?
By all means, sir.
All right. This is something that came from Denmark.
Here we go.
Oh, good Lord, not those guys.
Denmark.
So
I am now in the.
Oh, come on. We know who that came from.
I have to search throughout the world to find the fitting to fit that because I know how tough that can be.
Yeah.
But he also sent me, look at this. Look at this.
Oh,
wow.
You know what? That's a very good piece of machinery there.
Yeah, it's nice. So
Is it
it's got the release button on the side.
Is it a vac too?
And the clamp?
No, for doing your tires, but it's got a nice the part that you connect to has a real nice release on it.
Cool.
So
A
thank
good
you,
friend of
Klaus.
mine Hey, Kim, a good friend of mine from Denmark sent me one of those a couple of years ago.
That's where it came from.
Same
Can
game.
you get the unions okay over there, Ken?
Fella's got one.
So I could work out my
You're
hand.
the last one to get one, Ken.
Are they literally identical? Are they, Stella?
Well, my package to him took 2.5 months to get there.
No, it's actually made in Denmark.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Really?
you got the same ones.
So who on
Yeah,
here
it's
doesn't
awesome.
have one then? Who doesn't have one?
Buy it for you?
Me.
You don't have one? Phil, come on.
Mine actually started leaking on the threads, Ken.
Did it?
Well,
You
no,
didn't-
my old one actually cracked right along the seam.
I did.
The old one, and that's why my refrigerator. But I put this in dry. I didn't even put any tape on there, and it's been doing great.
Well, I put mine up because it was leaking.
Yeah, it looks like a regular quarter MPT. I know Mick had a lot of trouble with the fittings when we were playing with it.
Not quite the same.
No, it's just a regular brass, whatever.
What happened there?
Yeah, I use a regular threaded
It's a 3/8 fitting.
Yeah.
Stella's air compressor is going to kick on in 4, 3, 2.
Mine does it at 3 in the morning when we're all sleeping.
Yeah.
I had the same thing as you, Stella, and I ended up being a bit tight and didn't buy another
Yeah.
one, but I put some putty on the end of it, and it's lasted.
You're right,
Good
John.
for
Maybe
you.
well.
That's like me. I would do that.
Yeah.
Ken, one of the things
Me
I've
too.
got on mine is one of those timers that they used to have for water heaters,
Mhm.
so that it won't kick on between 10 at night and 7 in the morning, because I'm out there fooling around at 5 in the
It's
morning a
actually a
lot.
very good idea.
And when my garage doors open, it's sort of a canyon to invite the neighborhood to listen to my air compressor.
Especially at 3 in the morning when they're shopping.
So the reason
That's
I
a good
think the
idea.
one
That's
that,
a really good idea, man.
Yeah,
see,
so
the
it's
reason
on
that I
for
think-
10 hours a day.
the one
Well,
that Klaus sends out,
Yeah.
see, this has a brass insert, the old one, and it cracked
Oh, yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
But
Mm.
the one he sends out is like solid
It's molded plastic. It's all molded in.
whatever it is. So it's that much more substantial thickness. So I think I'm going to be hard pressed to get. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the
wow.
plastic's got the molded threads. It doesn't have the insert.
Yeah. So this
And I
is
still
so the
use,
one that Klaus sends is far superior in my opinion. Thank you, Klaus.
Yeah.
We all
If
know
you're there.
we all know that thickness is important.
Yes,
No,
it is.
no,
And anybody that says it isn't loves you.
I think duration is more important.
Size matters.
Oh, no, please.
I
It
didn't
was nice
start
knowing
it.
you, Phil.
No, you
start
started
it.
this.
Tom, you got a big one.
I have got a big one. Yeah. I can't even fit it in the screen. It's so big.
Hey, Tom.
I would say it looks like you're
Yes,
going into
definitely.
Bill's head.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like, ow.
You've got a very
Ow,
long one, Tom.
ow.
I can't just say that, mate. Yours is very
Well, I made
long.
a joke on your video today, Ken. I said, your hemostat is bigger than mine, and I have a sad face.
you're
Sorry,
jealous.
Steve.
You're jealous. Oh, Tom,
Steve?
yeah. So I'm just going to change the subject here. I just subscribed to your channel.
Oh, bless you,
Um,
mate. I appreciate
Me
it.
too.
And because
Love
I'm gonna, after this stream's over, I'm gonna go back and watch some of your videos and check it out. But I wanted to show you this.
Appreciate it.
Does this count as vintage? You might want to blow this up. So yeah, there you go.
There's a map.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Clamshell Mac.
Yeah, McCall. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
are
What was that? A 120?
Mini Mac
Mini Mac 25.
25. Awesome. What
I call
year
that-
is this?
Back when they were metal.
I call
Yeah,
that.
Exactly.
that's
This
not a
thing runs
plastic
great.
case, right?
It
Yeah,
runs
metal
great.
now.
I had one and I got so mad at it, I threw it out into the yard, and the next springtime I found it.
They're hard to work on. Boy,
They are
they
hard
are
to
hard
say,
to work
Steve.
on.
I had one of those old home lights like that. We call them climbing saws here. And I got it apart, and I was 2 parts short and couldn't get the parts and had to get rid of it.
Oh, there's a guy now in what is it? Where is he? Portland, right? Bruce,
Oh, yeah.
our home light buddy. What was his name?
Something's chainsaw repair.
Oh
Jay.
gosh, I can't think of his name. Welcome to Sutton Chainsaw Repair.
Yeah, I know. That's something when you can't remember something.
Oh man, Scott's getting old. Leon.
Leon's chainsaw repair.
Leon's chainsaw parts
He
repair.
does nothing, mostly Homolite
and Mac.
and McCulloch.
Well, I mean,
Steve.
McCulloch would be Bellhopper would be like the McCulloch guy now. He's all McCulloch.
Steve.
We have to have skinny fingers to put one of those McCullochs together, the little ones, the 110s and the
Oh,
Oh, you got to take it all apart. I know.
I know. They're brutal.
They are. And the
Tiny,
rewind's on
tiny.
the inside. The rewind is on the inside.
But you know what's funny? If you look at our friend James Condon, Mr. Generator, he did like an Eager Beaver, the little teeny ones, from soup to nuts, doing everything. And I tell you, he's starting to be Mr. Small Engine, not just Mr. Generator.
Yeah.
I love his stuff. Yeah.
Hey, Ken,
He's awesome.
you know the flip-flops that somebody got, the still
Don't start him, Henry. Don't
You mean
start
the
him.
steel cell phone he had? Is that what it
Well,
was?
yeah, the still means that you don't do anything. You're sitting still, right? Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, there's Henry. You're poking him. You're
How
poking
come
him.
he's
mate.
not in the basement, Phil? Or are you just banning him?
Keeping him
No,
out.
no, there's nobody down there, mate. Nobody there.
Oh,
So
I'm keeping an eye on it.
I
he's
gotta.
batting away.
I
I
just
gotta-
got a poke from him, so
Yeah, he's asking me for the Husqvarna sandals, but they're sold out.
Mick must be at work, eh?
Sandals.
Not this weekend. No, he's off for a few days. Bruce.
Oh.
He's been working right up to, I think, yesterday, last day before yesterday was his last night for 4 days. But now he's got a garden full of machines he's working on.
He has, and
a secret one.
And I don't know if he's putting them in the ground too deep or too far apart, but they're certainly not multiplying that way, are they?
He's had to hide one in his work span.
Yeah, the red bathtub rider. Yeah.
So Sue don't find out.
Although you get that many what do they call them, cylinder mowers together, they all have to have similar faults. So you'd use up your used stock really fast on that.
Oh yeah, I mean they're beautiful machines, but they're quite specific for their use. You know, I mean the ordinary man in the street probably wouldn't use them, but they make a lovely job. And they don't cut. They're only good for long grass. It has to be a short grass all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But they're a beautiful machine when you see them working and stuff.
We have dew worms with makes little bumps in the lawn, and I bet you they would even carve the tops of those off. Like,
yeah, I've got a couple of them.
They
sell very well.
Hey, there's Klaus.
You know, I just looked over at the comments and the word mankini went by.
Oh,
Yikes.
yeah, but Mick sent the mankini to Terrell. Terrell has it now.
No, it's not full.
Oh,
Aren't
good Lord.
Aren't there 2 more spaces?
Yeah, we got 2 more.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the link out again.
Steve,
yeah. I got a question for you too. Go first.
We're talking about McCullers.
Yeah.
It must have been a good bit of fun popping over to Buckins and doing that generator. That was an awesome video, and an old Mac generator, wasn't it?
Oh, at Buck and Billy Ray.
Yeah, you mentioned Macs, and it made me think of it. I just thought that must have been.
You guys are probably about an hour apart.
There was nothing McCullough about that thing. It was a Briggs and Stratton engine.
Was it?
Yeah, it was. It was just another one of those things that just had a name and paint stamped on it, and
right.
No,
McCullough in name only.
He is a character, eh, Steve? He's a
character. Yeah, he sure is.
That must have
He's
just
shy,
been...
introverted, and overly
How close are you to him, Steve? Are you close to him?
I can jump in my truck and be at his house in about 6 minutes.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just drive around the big
question about axes. He's the guy.
Just drive around the big cedars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, hey, Tom.
Yes,
here's my question for you: vintage engine repairs. What year do you consider something vintage?
That's a really interesting question, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, I don't.
Type it in the chat.
Hey, think about it and get back to me.
That's a huge source of contention in the antique scooter world.
Don't say anything to anybody, just put it in the comments and we'll get on.
What's antique? What's a classic? You know, there's all these terms.
They've got the different stages.
So, Steve, are you trying to determine if you're an antique or a classic?
Around the 50s or earlier, probably.
Yeah, Bill or Gary, or Bill. Sorry, did I call you Gary before? Bill.
Yes. You did.
Sorry,
it's a Gary look, I guess.
Bill, I don't know. Sorry.
But yeah, it's like, am I a classic or an antique or just kind of old?
Yeah, I think vintage is called it old.
Or vintage, yeah.
60s, 60s, 50s, and then older. But
I think if it has points, how about this one? If it has points, it's vintage.
Yeah, but then you got Briggs in 84,
82.
Phil, blow me up, Phil.
Good.
How you doing, Klaus?
Lord.
Good.
And then there was Klaus.
I found Bill's former job. He was actually Peter Tork of the Monkees.
Who?
Bill.
No,
he was in the Monkees.
Phil Conker?
Bill. Put me next to Bill.
Bill, guys.
Oh, I see. I thought you were saying Phil.
I don't know, Phil. Now that I look at, actually sitting right next to Henry, you could sort of line that up. Put glasses on him.
Look at these top three dudes here on the left. Hey,
Klaus, you got any vintage stuff kicking around?
I'm sorry?
Do you have any vintage stuff kicking around your shop? Vintage.
I have a fully restored 1970 January 6 2-horse brakes on
Now,
the
everybody
shelf.
born before 1970, raise your hand.
Yeah.
I was actually born in 1970.
Oh,
There you go.
Oh, yeah. You're borderline vintage.
Oh no, I call it so. Stella calls me classic. Okay, we'll just leave it at that. Yeah.
You
Well,
are a
you
classic,
ain't.
Steve.
That's a good badge to carry. That's a good badge to carry. Absolutely.
I think we're all post Second World War.
Okay, I'm gonna disappear for 3 minutes here. I got to go grab something to show Tom. I'll be right
Gonna
back.
go let the cat out.
Okay, mate.
Okay, make that 4 minutes then, because I'll also do that. Yeah.
You're
Just
gonna,
gotta
wait,
let the
that
cat
didn't
out.
come out right. You're gonna go grab something?
Yeah, he's playing with his tools.
That's right. Yeah, that didn't sound right.
Kenny.
See, I thought Steve was older than I am. Now I found out I'm older than him. Now I'm going to find out Bruce is younger than me too, I'm sure.
56.
I'm certainly the youngest here.
Today, yes.
Did everyone catch Conker's shirt?
Nope.
Oh yeah.
I love your shirt, Phil.
You like my shirt, yeah?
Yes.
And she ignored me.
I know, guys. I know I'm a little late for the party, and I apologize. Phil, how you doing?
Yeah, doing good, Klaus. I was wondering where you were, mate. You're my drinking partner on there. So
I know. I mean, I'm so late. I haven't even filled the glass
Oh,
yet.
my
It is horrible. Yeah.
I'm way in front of you, mate. Way in front of you.
Yeah, my local community had what they call a garden party, which is like for 700 people, and there's music and barbecue and we went, and all my customers are there, you know. So we had to go. You know that you get a hot dog and you get a burger and a beer or 2 or 3 and listen to music, and it was great. And we just got home. So
Sounds like a lovely afternoon to me. Sounds ideal.
It does sound that.
Yeah, Klaus, I gave you the shout out, buddy. We already did.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. There are some here that are really quick.
Is that Gals playing with tools?
That's Mrs. Tools.
All righty.
I tried to get your video today, Klaus, but I didn't quite understand.
Oh, I hope not.
Sorry?
You get Phil banned.
No, I watched your video today. Thank you. I tried to understand it. You know, put my mind in my grandma and listen. It started right away, but it wouldn't stay running. Is that what the problem was?
It was yes. It sometimes it would start.
Okay.
And sometimes it wouldn't. Sometimes it would start, but it wouldn't restart. And in all fairness, the machine came in. It's a good friend of mine's, and the machine came in and said, "I'll give it the royal treatment, carburetor, everything." In all honesty, it was a slack in the choke cable. It had
really reefing on that.
Yeah.
That has a very similar choke mechanism to the old Kawasaki's, eh?
Yeah, I mean it's a Chonda engine. So it's the same. I mean, it gets a little slacky, and the choke butterfly won't close completely, and you know all hell breaks loose.
Runs rich, yeah.
Yeah, it runs rich, it runs lean, it won't start. Sometimes it will start, sometimes it won't restart, and it's
Sounds like my Honda.
yeah. So it was a run-of-the-mill service on a lawnmower. It's
dropping off that dog, weren't you?
What is it? 3 o'clock?
20 after 3 in the morning there.
Oh shoot!
Yeah, 3 in the morning.
Yeah, but is that today or yesterday or tomorrow?
No, it's Sunday there.
Yeah.
I can't keep up with that.
He's slowly dropping off there.
Before you know it, I'm going to go.
The more east you go, the more ahead you are. So
that's right.
So if you kept going, like, could you go to yesterday if you went the other way?
Yeah. I mean, if I jump on the plane and I go to the west coast of the States, I would board the plane in Europe at around 2 or 3 p.m., I would land on the same day at 11 p.m.
Yeah.
Right.
after a 10 or 12-hour flight.
Right. And coming back, you
I
arrive 2
lose
days
the day.
later.
Yeah, I lose the day. Yeah.
Yeah, all flights are overnight going east.
Yeah, I have never had a problem going west. I always have the problems going east.
Yes,
But,
that's well. But see, I think that's common for everyone. I went to Australia years and years ago. I wasn't there for that long, but it took me probably 5 or 6 weeks to get over the jet lag because I would come home every day after work and try to keep my eyes open, and I'd be like this on the sofa, by like 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, and every night it was just worse and worse. It's horrible.
When you fly on vacation, you feel like you got robbed of a day of vacation on the way there, even though you didn't. You feel like a day got stolen from you.
Oh, the day, both days, come and go. I suffer.
When I go to the States, it's usually California that I go to. I would land. I have a full day. I will not take a nap. Honestly, I've drunk no alcohol on the plane. You got to stay away from alcohol.
Right.
Really, honestly.
That helps.
Yeah, and then you land and you have a full day. You don't take a nap. At 6 p.m., you make sure you get a full meal, and you get a couple of drinks, maybe 3, maybe 4, and then at 9 you go to bed. You crash out. You're completely gone, and then you wake up the next day at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
And then everything is on plan. Because the next day you'll be tired at sleeping time, and you'll get up at 6 or 7, whenever you get up, and it's happy land. But if you screw it up and you take a nap on the day you arrive, you're screwed. It's going to take you a week to get over it. Yeah.
See, I don't drink. If you put 4 drinks in me, you'll see me Tuesday.
You'll be able to fly yourself.
Yeah.
No,
but I mean, alcohol on the plane, I have never done it, and it helps.
I do.
I mean, I have done it, but I was going on vacation, to the Canary Islands or wherever, But seriously, when traveling east and west, don't do it.
For me, as soon as it's wheels up, can I have a beer, please?
Yeah, and that's fine because you're on vacation, right? It doesn't matter. Yeah.
3 months.
Yeah.
The captain has turned off the no drinking sign.
Yeah.
Well, that's coming. That's coming.
I've always said, guys, when you've had enough, when you can lie down without hanging on, then you've had enough.
Yeah.
And you go up to your bedroom, you think next time that bed comes around the room, I'm going to jump on it. And I guarantee you miss it every time.
Whenever that happens, I go look for a bucket. I will be needing it.
I'm like you, Klaus. I can't do. That's why I don't drink after supper.
Yeah. Well,
I like happy hour. Or
no, but I mean,
I like happy hours.
We take. I mean, for the last 16 or 17 years or something, we've taken our summer vacation in Italy for 2 weeks, and it's warmer down there than it is here, and the rule is don't drink until the sun has set, and you'll be fine. Yeah.
That's a great rule.
Yeah. I don't always abide to it, but it's really good rule.
Well, there's lots of good rules.
I think it's a rubbish rule.
Well, it's like my rule is my limit is the number of wheels on my vehicle, so that's what I do.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's why you use an Argo.
That's a pretty good rule, Stella.
That's right.
I like that one.
So you got one of those 6-wheeled things, amphibian. No, okay.
A unicycle's hard to balance regardless. So one.
One's probably a good limit there.
Can I show Tom something?
No.
Gotta show you.
That's it, Steve.
Are your pants on, Steve?
Salt with a dead wet.
Can I show Tom?
Yeah, they are. Okay, check this out. I couldn't remember where I put this.
Okay.
Is this vintage?
Oh,
wow.
Nice.
It's actually an Echo chainsaw branded John Deere.
Right on.
Wow.
Whoa. What year?
You know you're getting old.
I don't know.
They made them into the 80s and even 90s like that.
Okay.
Chorus, the old Echo Chorus.
Stunning condition.
How about this one? I've got 2 of these. I'm going to do a video on this, making one chainsaw out of 2. This might be vintage.
That's vintage.
It's
Oh,
a.
that's
Wait a
nice.
second. Wait a second. Now, I don't want Klaus to get mad at me.
Whiskey.
Husqvarna. It's a Husqvarna 65. The model is 65. They were made between 64 and 66.
You know, it does have a Homelite appearance a bit to it, eh? A little bit.
So I got 2 of these that neither one of them run, and I'm going to try to do a video on making one
doing one up on
chainsaw
me,
out
right?
of 2. Yeah.
I'm right in the middle of that Homelite 100 series.
That's awesome, Steve.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Beautiful, mate. That's awesome condition too, especially on that. I've never seen.
Oh, the John Deere is really in good shape. It runs
Yeah.
good. It works beautiful. I cut wood with it a month ago. It actually cuts.
I'm sure it's nice to fix them when they're
Gosh.
running.
Oh,
when they
it's
come in.
fun. It's cool. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. No, I appreciate you grabbing them out, mate.
Yeah.
I used to have about 15 in this. I'll give you a quick. Oh my goodness! Right, this is the area that I work in, and I had.
Why is it? I got to ask. I'm sorry to butt in. I got to ask a question. Why is Mick not here?
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
he's a.
I think
Don't
I
encourage
think he
him
has
up.
more fun being in the chat, poking it.
He is the cause of my financial ruin these days. he should be here.
No,
I'm
he's got
pretty
his-
sure it's because he's not fully clothed.
Yeah, he's just got still.
Okay, that's okay, Mick. That's okay. Stay where you are. That's fine.
Stay down.
That's fine.
He's got his still flip flops on, so he can't move.
I've got half an eye on the basement, Klaus. Don't worry. I've got half an eye on the basement.
Yeah, now Steve's gonna have everybody comparing saws up here.
Yeah.
See who's got the big one.
Okay, Tom, what were you showing us?
Well, I had.
I'm sorry
Had
to
about-
interrupt you, Tom. Sorry.
No, you're fine, mate. It's all good. I had about 15 or 20, probably about 15 to 18 saws. And my office is where I do all my work. So you've got the desk there. There you go. And then I had saws all up. I had to start putting shelves up here. And then I've got more equipment up there. Barely
Bricks
fit in.
engines. Ooh, bricks
That's-
engines.
3 horse bricks.
That
This is the one
steel
I'm
is
most
not
proud of.
vintage.
No, none of those. None of those.
That looks
are.
like a. Is that a Cooler or Tecumseh?
That is a Villiers Mark 10, 1946 to 1952. I think they did that. And I did a full resto, full paint job because it was terrible. Took me ages, but yeah, I love it.
It's nice.
I'll
That
tell
is
you
super
what there,
nice.
Tom, you must have some pretty strong shelves to hold that weight up there on those
Yeah.
ankle brackets.
Literally. So I had a Still 07, which was late 50s,
Yeah,
and that thing was like 13, 14 kilos.
Mm.
And an 076, which was another 13, 14 kilos, and I had another 5 or 6 next to it. But yeah, I've put a whole bunch of these. They're like 6 or 5 kilos each, and I've got 3, 6, 9, 12 in that wall. But the only other saw I've got now, because I've got rid of them all, is repairing a. Let me put the light on. For the local steel dealer, actually, the owner of the local steel shop bought all my saws from me, and I'm doing some work for him too. I'm just finishing putting this one together. Can you even see that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
that's nice.
Yeah,
Nice
it would
and
be
clean,
nice once
yeah.
it's finished. Yeah, well, I did a literally full strip down case split. The bearings are like proprietary, so I had to get them from England. I got one from the US. Had to get a new piston for it as well because someone used a metal piston stop and an impact gun, so they put a hole through it.
An impact gun.
Yeah,
That's my fear on ancient stuff. That's why I use a toilet bowl bolt.
Yeah. Is that a magnesium? Is that a magnesium case on the steel?
yeah, fully mag.
What is that, Tom? Like an 031? What is that?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's it.
Hello.
Hey, John.
Hey,
Hey,
how are
John.
y'all?
I was
Afternoon.
wondering if you were going to come.
I've been around. I've just been eating some Chinese aftermarket food and
Chinese aftermarket.
just chilling.
Found that in comments.
Somebody's already chewed it up, you mean, John?
That's
Pardon?
aftermarket barbecue. Chinese food.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it was cat or rat. I'm not sure yet.
I can guarantee you that it's
Yeah,
not
as long as the right
Chinese food
spices are
that they eat in China.
Yeah.
Hey, John, I got to tell you this. I got to tell you this.
Yes.
The video I put out yesterday. I haven't even made it through the comments yet. I got so many comments. I haven't even got to the end of them yet.
Yeah. 3
comments so far on that video that say, Steve, nice video, whatever. I really like your new voice intro.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm not kidding. Like
that'll
three
work.
Of them. 3 of them.
Really?
Were they? Wow.
Were they paid comments?
No, they were not.
You want royalties now.
In all honesty, it is a super cool intro. It really is.
I've just put the 2 and 2 together.
Oh.
You did that. He came up with 5.
Hey, Phil, make me big for a second.
That's what
you are.
Whoa, that's a big request, kid.
See, just in all honesty, Clem called me up a couple months ago and he said, Kenny, he goes, I want to do an intro for you, but there's this guy, Steve, who's busting my ass to do it for him. I said, go ahead. Relations with Canada. Go ahead.
Got to keep everybody happy.
That's hilarious.
John texted me like 2 days ago. And he said, Steve, if you want me to do another one for you, I'm more than happy to do another one for you. This is not BS. This is true.
Do an outro.
And I said, no, dude, it's perfect. I was like, it's perfect just the way it is. No, I don't want another one.
Well, to me, it sounds corny. I just
really?
You got to do a Steve out, John. Just do Steve out.
Yeah. Can I drink a beer at the same time?
There you go.
I can't think about that.
Steve out.
I don't know if I can afford another $1,000. So.
Oh, whatever. Yeah.
Hey, is it hot down there?
It is. It is.
On both sides
it's
of the Gulf,
muggy today. We had a big storm yesterday. It came through and limbs down, a lot of rain, a lot of lightning.
Yeah.
There was
it's warming up here.
There was a
we broke
fatality in that
103.
storm, right?
Oh, that while ago, Bill. Yeah.
It's going up there, huh?
Now it's 104.
Yeah.
And tomorrow they say it's warming up.
Warming up.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to water your lawn as a fire retardant.
Yeah, I'm on Rob's outro. I need to redo Rob's though. To me, I sound really bad on Rob's.
Chris is asking, what is Chinese aftermarket food? Chris, that's the opposite of Chinese OEM food.
Yeah.
It's Chinese OEM food, but it's made in the alley behind the Chinese restaurant.
Yeah, for real.
Yep.
I see Luke's got jokes. Mick's got jokes.
Yeah, Luke.
Laura's crying.
Luke, I like that.
Well, you know what? Mick has been laying low until you showed up.
Yeah.
I don't think it's me.
They're all right, Bruce. I'll tell you, mate.
I found my own guy for an intro.
Welcome.
There you go. I'm done.
To catch fly with chopstick.
They're not OEM.
You know, I've got that one little voice on my intro that says, "Are you ready?" Everybody needs to pray for him because he went off his balcony on Monday and has been in critical condition and he broke his shoulder, broke his collarbone, and 3 of his ribs, and had to have a platinum plate installed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's 75. That's my uncle.
How did he fall
off?
Who pushed him?
He was put a ladder up there because he did. And when he went down, he came off the ladder at an angle and then went through the rail.
Oh, wow.
I don't know, Chris. I don't know.
Yeah. So we're hoping for him, and he's recovering, but he's had a couple of surgeries so far. Everybody pray for him.
Yeah.
What's his name?
His name is Jim.
Jim.
We were working on his car in Lawrenceburg, Indiana. I've got a little video of a little orange Volkswagen. We switched around a few parts on a little Volkswagen thing, and he did it. He did it when I said, "Okay, don't say anything when the camera starts." And he says, "Okay, we're ready." And I went, But then I saved it and used it in everything after that because it was great.
Oh, well, I see. Excellent. Cool. I like it.
Yeah, because he was having fun with me when he did it. He says,
Right
"Okay,
on.
we're ready," and I said, "Okay."
Gotta let my cat in.
But yeah, we're hoping that he comes back around because he's pretty beat
Meow.
up right now.
Well, I hope I don't
Yeah.
go up a ladder at that age, but I probably will.
No.
You know, just because.
You will.
Why not?
I don't do ladders.
I've been on ladders. I've been on ladders my entire life, and we're hiring out all of the fascia and the soffits on the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get her to go sit on deep pile carpet, me, so
I don't need to do
way
a
I'm going
triple.
on a ladder.
I don't need to do a triple toe roof off the roof.
Yeah, if you guys met Jim, he'd be one of your favorite people in the world. He's just one of those guys, you know.
So he's a jerk too.
Well, I'll make fun of him as soon as he's smiling again. Yeah.
So he
will be smiling again. He's a tough old dude, and I'm from a tough family, so he will smile again. And I told his wife, you know, my Aunt Sharia, I said, yeah, and I said, a year from now, because you know we were pretty worried. I said, a year from now, you're gonna punch him and say, you scared the hell out of me, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I kept telling her that, and it's like, he'll be okay. He's tough. He's tough stuff, you know.
And you just don't heal up at that age fast.
Well, you don't.
That's the truth. Yeah, when you're young, it don't take long to heal. You get older, things take a lot longer.
Yeah, and you don't. Well, when you're young, you kind of bounce, and when you're old, you don't bounce.
You splat. Yeah.
That's right.
I was looking for different sound effects, like in the middle of a video when something's going wrong, you know?
Wah, wah, wah.
Austin Powers.
Remember when he did AOL, when that movie came out, AOL was sort of popular back then in the 90s. And if you had email, you could have Austin Powers say, "Welcome, baby, yeah."
Oh, yeah. I
You've
forgot
got
about
mail,
that.
baby. You know,
You've
stuff like
got
that.
mail, baby.
Baby, yeah.
Yeah.
I still
Well,
don't
just
know what
listen-
half the stuff meant, though. He's like, "Do I make you Randy?" And I'm like, "What the hell's that?"
Yeah.
Well, it were cool if you had a voice thing on your email. You've got me.
I remember, what was it? Remember the old modems? Like, oh my
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
AOL.
The
No.
33.4, and when you, yeah.
Back then, I wrote software for those.
Getting
and I
that
actually know what those
144
beeps mean.
modem was the shizzle, I'll tell you that.
Oh,
And I
all
don't
that's what
44, yeah.
13-year-old
remember the one. While I was in the
of a
business, I
booth.
remember the one when you took the handset off the phone, right?
And put
And
it on.
laid it in a
On top,
cradle.
and the little receiver would send the data into.
I've got
the-
one of those in a box someplace.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
we had 14.4 baud rate, and it was like, ooh,
I am nowhere near old enough to remember that, everybody. So
teletype.
whatever.
Bullshit.
My first computer was bought in the mid 90s. It was a Packet Bell with a whopping 13-inch screen.
Nice.
It had hold on. It came with 4 megabits of RAM,
Oh,
and I upgraded
that's
it
good.
at an
Wow.
stunning cost to 8
Wow.
megabits. The guy did not understand why I wanted it because I wouldn't be needing it. And second, the hard disk was 250 megabyte, and he said, "You will never need space again."
Right.
Yeah.
remember when hard drives were like buckets that were full of water, and one more drop, and your hard drive was full?
My first was a Radio Shack TRS-80 with a
Oh,
cassette
Trash 80.
tape- a
Trash
cassette
80.
tape- Trash 80 with a cassette tape drive and a 9-inch monochrome. And we
Yeah.
made like arithmetic equations to do like flowers and things. It was like, ooh, you know.
Yeah.
You had to be.
Yeah. I had a floppy disk.
My Windows
Remember the
was
12-inch
my
the pink
Windows was a
verbatim,
three-
the 12-inchers.
Before the A drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My first Windows version was 3.11.
That was the first one with the icons.
Yep.
That's not old.
Yeah.
I was a DOS boy.
I was a computer programmer back then.
I have to
Yeah,
interrupt
my
you.
first machine was I was the neighbors came over. All my friends came over to see because it had a 10 meg hard drive
Woo.
When
and
you
an
were-
orange screen, of course.
When I started
Black,
with the phone
it was
company,
color,
Steve, you
black
were
and
5.
orange. You know.
Steve, you were 5 when I started with the phone company.
My first computer was a VIC 20.
That
and
was
then-
mine,
And then I upgraded to a Commodore 64.
right?
Yeah,
That was me.
yeah.
I remember buying a calculator in 1974 that only did plus, minus, subtract, divide, all that, and it
Yeah.
was you still see them on eBay. They were like a beige color. I'll never forget, $90 And all it did was add
my SR50.
And I was 6 years old. Yeah.
It's probably worth a hell of a lot more than $90 now.
No, it was about 150 you find it, but it's thick. It was about 2 inches thick, and it was pretty cool. My mother used it to balance the checkbook.
Yeah.
You know, the first car phones that came out were actually only 4 cars because they weighed like 80 pounds.
My wife had a bag phone for years.
Yeah, they were were $4,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, my first phone I held like this. You know, it's like
hello.
They call them the old brick. They call them the brick or something. Didn't they?
Yeah, the Motorola brick. Yeah, you can feel your brain melting from the power coming off the antenna. Like you go bald on that side of your head.
Have you guys ever seen one of these? I'll show it to you in a minute. Bear with me a second.
We're ready.
Right, here's something for you from the way back.
What's that?
Camera.
Oh,
wow.
Wow.
That was a television.
Wow.
I had one of the. Yeah, I had one of those.
The Casio, yeah.
What's a TV?
I did not before.
Is that black and white or color, Con?
Black and white. This was.
Yeah.
I
have.
Remember when Phil was born, color hadn't been invented yet.
Oh.
No, and I still have one of those. I still have one.
Of course, the
Hold
thing
on
is
now, Bill.
It's totally useless because we no longer have TV signals. It's all digital.
No broadcast.
You'd have to put a digital antenna on it. Yeah.
Nice.
I might sell it as a.
That was my first phone. That's it, Ken. And they got hot after about 3 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Every yuppie in the early 90s had one.
Yeah.
I was a computer programmer in Silicon Valley then, so of course you had to have one.
Oh yeah.
In your 84 Corvette with your big cell phone.
My first mobile phone was about, must be nearly 10 inches long. It got my top pocket, and I walked around it. Nobody else had one, so I couldn't ring out to anybody, and I couldn't get in touch to anybody. They just sat there looking at me. What a waste of money it was.
Henry, you see, everybody's leaving you alone this time.
In my top pocket, you know. Crazy.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Nobody else had one, so I couldn't phone anybody anyways.
Exactly.
It's Alexander Graham Bell of the cell phones. I've got a phone and nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I know. Oh well. I thought I was Mr. Cool at the time.
What's that, Ken?
You gotta zoom in, Con. The billboards.
Hang on, mate. Where are you? There you go.
Hey now, guys.
There was actually a billboard like that around here one day. I was looking. It wasn't that year, but it was just like that.
Yeah, my wife calls them LPs. Little pricks.
Compensating for a deficiency.
Hey, whenever they want to know how big you are, just use metric. That's all.
All right. So you can say 2 instead of 1.
25.4 instead of 1. There you
go. So you can say 15 centimeters instead of 6 inches. It sounds better.
No, I'd rather say 150 millimeter.
My first ride in an American sort of supercar, if you can call it that, it was a Camaro C71.
You can't call it that.
No,
I had one.
From '89.
I've had a few Camaros. They're not like the Corvettes.
And the thing would go like a rocket straight on. And I'm a European, right? So I figured, you gotta do corners. Don't do corners.
No. 150 miles an hour on the speedometer.
Yeah.
150 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And I did 145.
Yeah.
Really?
And you don't want to think about how much gas it's using, but
yeah.
But if you try to put it, I was trying to outrun a Mustang, a 5-liter Mustang in Las Vegas, and for the next red light.
Yeah.
It went fine, and then he went into a corner. I said, "I can do that. You can't do that. Don't do that."
The Mustangs turn like office buildings too.
Yeah, it does, but it turns slightly less worse than the Camaro.
But in the Camaro, you have to learn how to let the tail go a little bit. You put a little bit of power to it and let it just skate. Yeah. You don't want a full drift, but you want to let it skate a little bit in the corner, and you can get around the corner okay.
At 80 miles an hour?
At 80 miles an hour, sure.
That's even better.
Yeah. That's
90
when the fun
miles an hour.
starts.
I didn't have the courage, so I lost. So.
Yeah, I've tried to get the vet up to top end a couple of times, and I discovered I ran out of private parts before I ran out of engine. You know, I won't say it, but yeah, it was like, nope, okay, I'm out.
Yeah.
That's like riding a Yamaha VMAX.
Yeah, the old
Yo,
VMAX.
Phil, you
I
can
mean,
throw me down if you want.
No, drop
just
me. I'll
stupid
drop
power,
out.
You know,
Leave the big hitters up here.
You're the big hitter.
You can drop me out too, Conker. No problem.
You can more than welcome to drop me out.
I'm not dropping anybody out. I'm sorry.
I'll tell you what. I'll drop myself out, and you bring Morton up for a little bit.
Well, look, hey guys, it's nearly 4 o'clock in the morning here.
That's good. That's true. Yeah, you're sitting there.
Just go to bed, Tom. Just stay up. Just stay up. The hell with it.
I'm not trying to. My eyes are watering.
Go get breakfast.
Yeah.
Stay up. There we go.
All right,
Tom, aren't you glad you found this place?
Yeah.
Tom, we're going to let you go, mate. You have a good night's sleep.
Yeah,
Take
bless
care,
you. It's been a pleasure.
See you later,
Enjoy the
Tom.
other
Good
2
night,
hours.
Tom.
Good night,
It's a
Tom.
pleasure.
Good
See
night.
you,
Lovely
Tom.
talking to you all.
Good day. Good
you
night.
later,
Good night.
Quarter to
Hi
4
guys,
in the morning.
you can drop me out. I'm moving out to the garage.
You'll be fine, mate. I've got room now.
You say that in a way where did she kick you out?
I was wondering.
I'm just
Oh, what's
moving.
that? Bruce, what's
That
that?
sounded
hat?
final.
What's that?
What is that hat?
That's a new hat.
That's one of my new ones.
Ooh.
oh,
Mexico. Ooh.
Yeah.
Bueno.
There should be an R there, and then it would be Brucerius.
Yeah.
It's like the guys who cut the grass.
You can drop me out. I'll pick you up out there if I can.
We're okay, Bruce. Stay as long as you want, mate.
Yeah, I have to log off of this machine. This is a
There we
desktop.
go.
Hey, Martin.
Hey, Mark.
Hey,
Hey,
Morton.
Morton.
Hey, boys.
How are you?
How are you doing all?
How's
Hello,
the work?
Morton.
How's the workbench, Mort?
Hey, Stella. That was rude of me saying boys to you all. Sorry, Stella.
Oh, she's one of the guys.
Yeah, you're right, Kent. John, yeah, you're right. She's one of the boys. Yeah.
She can dish
So-
it out. She can't just one of the boys.
Yes.
Don't
Wait,
worry.
we got to make it even. Hold on. All right.
There you go.
There you go. Perfect.
Ken, you're looking hot today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm menstruating.
Hey,
Oh,
Phil, can
God.
you move me over on the other side of Stella?
Yeah.
Hold on. I'll be back. Nature calls.
Ladies'
Ah.
corner.
oh no! Now we're gonna have to hear him pee.
No,
I'm
no.
afraid so.
Oh,
He's not wearing the thing, is he?
better not.
I
be.
just
Don't worry, stay
I just-
on mute, just in case.
Take care, Luke
just want to.
and Gabler.
Go ahead.
There we go. That's better.
There you go.
Oh, so lovely.
That's better.
Stella, do your Ken impression for us.
No.
Where's your hot dog, Stella? You need a hot dog.
I gotta have my hot dog.
Remember, get the tools that God gave you.
That's right.
I just wanted to show you the latest purchase I just got here in my little shop.
That's not a purchase, Morton. That's a lie. You got it for free. I know that for a fact.
From Klaus, probably.
No.
Yeah.
You still spent gas getting it, probably.
What, Bill? What?
Said you still use gas to probably go get it, right?
Yeah, I
Not
paid the
even
gas
that.
myself. I got 49 kilometers for work, and I had to drove 3 kilometers to my away from my work
Extra.
to pick this up.
So basically,
that
the distance I
doesn't
can go.
count. You got it. You got it for free. You got a Honda for free.
Yeah,
but
so jealous.
Yeah, but I have to
Yeah, but it was
I
made
have to
before
show
you
you
were
guys
born,
something really awesome I discovered later today. You know, you got to have a mower battery on your lawnmower, right?
Well, if it's
That's not right.
If it's electric.
No.
I
Some will
don't
not run without a battery.
like this. I got to set my
That's the
phone
water cooled Honda, isn't it?
like this.
Yeah.
And,
He's
You do realize
You can see
Honda
there's
has
Around
no
here,
battery,
those things are
right?
very
30 years.
expensive to fix.
There's no battery here. Okay.
No.
This is this is the plus terminal. This is the ground terminal. Okay.
You sure?
I'm gonna show you
Yeah.
something really awesome.
That's backwards. Plus and minus.
Oh, yeah, you
really?
could use a drill
Are
battery.
you all there? Am I muted or what?
No,
No.
you here?
We're here.
No, we can hear
Can you
you.
hear us?
He's going to start it with a drill battery.
I
We
can't
can,
hear
we
you hear
can
any
hear
of
you.
you.
Martin.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Testing 1, 2,
Now you're
3.
muted.
No,
Now you're
I'm
back.
not muted.
Yeah,
No, we can hear you.
We got
We
you,
can
mate.
hear.
What's wrong?
Somebody, you're there. We can see you.
He can't hear us.
He can't hear us.
I can't hear any of you.
No?
But,
Turn
but,
up
Oh,
the
yeah,
we
volume.
can
buddy.
hear you.
We can
We
hear
can
you.
hear
Yeah,
you.
hello.
I pushed it.
Conker, Mr. Bruce needs the link if you can.
Somebody
I can get it
started
to
a
work.
pilot on this battery.
I can't.
Look at those little
I
charges.
can't hear any of
Yeah.
you.
We hear you.
Yeah,
One
Martin, you're
second.
We can hear you.
We
1 second.
hear you.
Like this.
He's on his phone. We're too tiny to see.
Well, he
Yeah.
probably slightly disconnected his
Headphones.
plug into his phone.
Disconnected this. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
We
yes.
hear
I can
you.
hear you.
Yeah. Okay. Now you gotta look. I got this battery from my power tool. Okay.
Yes.
That's 18 volts in a 12-volt system, isn't it?
It's 5
This might be fun.
5 amps, 18 volts. Okay. It's because I discovered you have to have a battery on, or else you can't drive it. You have to have a battery on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, it's a Honda.
Yeah, to keep the plunger open.
Yeah.
So now I got the connected.
Henry,
And-
Mr. Wayne said, hey.
I think it's running.
Is it running?
I think it's overpowering the audio.
No, I don't see the fan up front.
Yeah.
The fan, let the
Oh,
fan
yeah.
moving, yeah.
Yeah, the fan's gone. Oh,
It-
no.
No, it's
Huh?
It
Is
just ran. I just started it with my little battery. It didn't need
Didn't
that
blow up
much
at all.
power.
Watch the voltage though; it's 18 volts.
Yeah, it's 18 volt, 5 amp. I think it's awesome. I can start it again for you. It's just like that.
I would worry that you'd get rid of that nasty old alternator that way.
One more again, Bill.
I said I'd worry that you'd get rid of that nasty old alternator that way. That you'd blow a diode in it with having 18 volts on it.
It's a little hot for voltage, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I would say I was very surprised. So,
Morten, there's only one drawback on Hondas. Cost of parts.
Yeah.
Be very careful.
Yeah.
Tiptoe in and tiptoe
Take the
out.
battery out of there before you burn out something.
Yeah.
There you go.
but it's an awesome thing, and then I got this clipper in again. I have to change the cables.
Oh, those
And,
nice no clippos, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Clipper.
and a new filter and new oil and just a little service.
Us
So-
here in North America
two
can
of them.
spot a clipo now because the handlebars come to a T
Yeah.
or an X.
There's a guy on
Hey,
YouTube
Klaus.
that's always working on clippos.
Yeah.
Can't remember what his name is, though.
In Denmark.
Hey, Klaus, you know what I was thinking would be really
Sweden,
cool?
Sweden.
Klaus, when you do your videos, you know what you might do, because you speak English well. You might occasionally throw English in, as you're doing descriptions and things.
He
Throw the
does.
occasional.
He
I never
does.
hear it.
No, it frustrates. It frustrates.
He'd be like, "Humdy, shmurdy, birdie, birdie, lock washer."
Yeah.
Oh, I do catch that. Yeah, I do catch that occasionally.
He does say welcome to Hobby Motor. I mean,
Yeah.
make that out.
And I think
Well-
half of the curses are in English.
Here,
Yeah.
welcome to Hobby Motor.
I have I have this thing. I don't know. I've always been told that you always curse in your native language. That's not true.
Because you don't want your neighbors to know you're doing it. So
Yep.
if they don't speak English, they won't know you're doing it.
But Klaus, correct me if I'm wrong. There's certain words that just don't translate, right?
Right.
The problem is, Ken, that when you learn a new word in a different language, and you haven't learned it in your native language, you're screwed when you talk about it because you only have, in my case, the English version of it.
Yeah.
And it slips sometimes for me. I can't sometimes a washer. I know exactly what a washer is. I know what the Danish word for washer is. But sometimes I go yada 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 washer yada yada.
Yeah,
yada.
I catch that when I'm listening.
Yeah, but Klaus, let me ask you: when you start out your videos, though, and you say "Welcome to Hobby Motor," is "Welcome to" different in Danish or?
Yeah. Listen up. Velkommen til Hobby Motor.
Okay. That sounds so German.
Yeah, it's phonetically correct.
It is, and it's close. Welcome, velkommen. Yeah.
A lot of languages are using English words in their language. Even Polish language, like half and then poo means the same thing. Half na poo, you know? So half and half.
They've all got that Latin base.
Yeah, but sometimes I do slip the words and then they come in and it's I can't even hear it, you know.
Yeah. But if you hit translate, you know, on whoever's saying something, try to read that, and it's like, what are they saying? It's backwards.
Yeah.
Hang on, Morton. I'll bring you up there. Hang on, Morton.
I tried to
3/8.
Yeah, but try asking Klaus why he bought his.
Yeah, it's all your fault. It's your fault. And
Looks
you know
like
what?
yours is
Also,
used, though.
and Morton, do you know what? Also your fault. That I bought the same thing that can do crimp on battery connectors, just like Bruce has. So Bruce and Morton, it's your fault, and Mick, it's your fault that I got the bearing puller.
So
there we go.
Is that what you say to your wife?
It's
is.
nice.
It's all their fault. It's not my fault. It's their fault. And that's how it is. Yeah.
You will use those tools. They are useful.
Yeah.
For the one time you need them.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like Klaus said at Kent's stream earlier today, if I don't remember, if I remember right, if you got one of these and you have got it, that's my opinion. If you got this, if you tried it out in a month, you need to have one. You can't
you can't live without one. Yeah.
No, you can't. Exactly. Right, Klaus. Right, you can't live without it. Yeah.
Klaus,
I can get divorced with one, but I can't live without it. Yeah.
Klaus, did you get the extended nose on yours?
Nope.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, okay.
Short one.
Yeah, that's only Ryobi that got. Ryobi got this with a 15 centimeter extended.
Snap-on has it too, but it's like cost prohibitive.
Yeah.
Although they do have one at Harbor Freight, I'm thinking about with the 6-inch long nose on it.
If it's an extended reach one, what would you use it mostly for?
Oh, sorry to interrupt.
Well, like on cars when you're doing water pumps and stuff like that, you got to reach down.
Cars.
Nice.
Oh, that's just 62. Not nice. You're just being mean now, Bruce.
It's actually cold in here.
Yeah, I see you people in long shirts, and I'm thinking, I hate you guys.
I'm actually going to chill. I'm going to go put a coat on.
Sorry, Bruce.
It's
I thought you were Canadian.
104 degrees. I mean, 104. I feel like a cookie out there.
I'm in my shop and I don't know if it's 18 maybe.
Drizzle.
So
you certainly look a bit warm there, Bill.
Yeah, it's warmed up nicely today, and tomorrow it's supposed to be 105, 106. Well, wait.
But no humidity,
if
right?
you look at the little part underneath, tomorrow 106, and it'll come clear down to 101 on Monday. Woohoo!
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have AC in your shop, Bill?
No. That's why I make sure the compressor doesn't come on at 5 in the morning.
Well, that's the smartest thing
9 o'clock, I'm out.
I'm serious. The smartest thing I ever did was buy a little window unit and put it in my shop.
Mine's in the garage, though.
Right. Still turn it on when you need it.
I have pondered like blowing a hole into the music room next door. I got
well, that or you can buy portable ones. They work well.
I'd have to blow a hole in the wall.
Just stick it under your door.
Stella.
Now I'm thinking about it. Yeah.
Bruce had to go put his parka on.
Okay, Bruce.
There goes the hoodie. There goes the hoodie.
I'm looking for a 7-Eleven to rob.
Where's the Steve logo?
I can't remember.
Yeah, it's so hot here. People get arrested for leaving their child in a car at a red light.
How hot was it?
Bruce?
Hey, just look back there. Tom should be here.
Bruce's OEM shop.
Bruce, you have turned the inside out of it. Isn't that the Steve shirt with the Steve inside or what?
Yeah.
Don't you all remember the Ken video where the customer said, "Hey Steve, I'm not Steve, I'm Ken. You are Steve. No, I'm Ken." Wear the Steve shirt.
Yeah.
Well, that's Stella. She does that. My name's not Jim.
I love that intro. Yeah.
That is a great.
It's
intro.
nice.
I'll wear my
I saw that the other day, Stella. I saw that. That's good.
Good.
What was it?
Unfortunately, it's spelled wrong, but that's okay.
That's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Sorry, so I missed that. You want to bring that back up?
It's a thought that counts, Stella. He knows who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a whole container. I just pick.
They all have Velcro on them.
Velcro is your friend, man. I'm not kidding.
Today I'm gonna be Bob.
That's awesome, Stella.
There's got a Bob in there.
Stanley.
We need to send her one that says Stella.
He's sharp.
Yeah, do you have one that says Stella?
I do not.
And
so you got everybody but you.
That's a great idea, John, because then one day she'll go, "Yes, I am Stella, actually."
Yeah.
Stella here.
Oh wait, that is my name.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, no, I'm not Stella. Oh wait, yeah, I am.
You got to do that for an anniversary show, Stella.
Or something like that. Well, no, I mean, I'm here just to have fun. In all honesty, I try not to take it too seriously. Yes, Wayne, that is K100 behind me.
There you go, Stella. Wear that one next time.
Yeah, we've discussed that.
Yes, your name here.
It's like when we get resumes at work, and it's like, "Hello, insert name here." We're like, "What?"
Yeah, and you know,
they don't even read them.
Whoa.
Yeah,
That'd be right
you just
in the circle bin for me.
right.
But
Yes.
they're funny to read, though. They're hilarious to read because they don't even proofread them, and you look at them and you're like, "What?"
Yeah, like I'm gonna hire that guy
Yeah.
or girl.
What was that list you got there?
K100.
Yeah.
I use the blue one, not the red one.
What do you usually mix with that, Stella? Coca-Cola or ginger ale?
It goes better with ginger ale.
Beautiful. I'll have to try that out.
I had a guy from K100. I made a comment. To
Oh my God! I thought you just took a sip of the freaking K100. Oh my God!
She's hardcore.
Oh, I honestly thought she just drank some of that.
It's like, empty a window cleaner bottle and put blue Kool-Aid in it, and then when somebody comes by, you just casually reach over and unscrew the little squirty top and take a drink and put it back, just to see the look on their face.
That's a good idea.
I made a comment
that
to one
was
of
brutal, man. I was gagging watching you do that. I was like, no, she did not just do that.
It keeps her from going stale.
That's exactly.
And it removes moisture.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You notice everybody got quiet. They're saying, "Nope, I'm not going to be the first one to touch that one."
Well, I'm a foreigner. What do I know? You know.
Yeah. No, to you, we're all foreigners.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Except John.
I was responding to one of the Donny Boy 73's videos on K100, and one of the K100 reps contacted me, and he was going yada yada yada, and this is brilliant product, la 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 la, and we would like to, and la 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 la. I said, that's nice. Send over a bottle. Yeah, where do you want to send it? Denmark. Quiet.
Radio silence.
I don't even
they
think
they don't
Canada.
They don't market that stuff in Europe, and that's as simple as that, you know.
Yeah, they go from "we love you" to "we loved you."
Yeah,
it becomes past tense.
Love that
you. Yeah. Oh boy.
Okay, I got a good question for everybody here, especially Steve. I guarantee you've done this. What do you do if somebody gives you a product and they say, "Okay, try this out and make a video for it," and then you try it out and it kind of sucks a lot?
You tell them it sucks.
What if they don't buy that and it's a big dollar one? It's a 3-digit, not big dollar, but
what if who doesn't buy it?
No, the people. I told them, I said, this isn't working for me. Give me a return address, and they said, "Oh, okay, we can wait." And it's like,
okay,
I'm not going to make a video.
This is actually good. This is quite important. You guys might remember that I just bought these. Does anybody remember that?
Yeah.
Don't buy the latest version. They're both in the garbage. The USB charger port snapped right off on both of them within a week of using them. I tried to fix this one.
What are those Chinese ones? They're not bronze.
Oh, they are. Yeah, you betcha they are.
Yeah, you gotta spend the $40 and buy a bronze.
Bruce, mine have been flawless.
Yes, Stella?
Bruce, mine have been flawless.
I think Bruce is rough on his tools.
Yeah, but
Bruce, you got to stop using it as a hammer. You can't use it as a hammer.
It still has charge in it, but I can't charge it up anymore.
No.
I got so mad at it. I just threw it in the garbage.
I mean, they are kind of delicate, but all those micro USBs are kind of delicate.
Yeah, but Stella, when you got the cord on the ground and you're old like Bruce and you trip on the cord, there you go.
Yeah.
Thanks, Conker, could I please come up?
Yeah. Okay, mate. Wait a second. There we go.
Oh, he's
Bruce, I also got one. I tried to fix it, but you can't fix it because the little things you should solder.
Morton, you brucerized
so fine.
it. You brucerized it. Yeah.
Yeah. You have to solder it on the back, but you can't. It's too small. I also got
hook up the 18-volt battery to it, Morton.
Yeah.
That'll take that solder off. Okay.
I can reach over here and take the big one, and
yeah, it goes red.
Oh.
Yeah.
This one goes red too. It's got some juice in it.
I got a big one and I got a little one, and I'm really careful with the USB port.
I got so mad at it, I just threw it away.
Mine doesn't go red. Maybe that's the difference. I don't know.
Yeah, I hate all the flashlights going red.
I have the big one. I have the big one and the small one, and they don't go red either.
Even if you hold it for a long time.
You have to hold the button, Stella.
Do what now?
You have to hold the button. Hold the button in.
Hold it in.
Just hold it in. And
oh, look at that.
Hey, and Stella, click it once.
Read the instructions, Stella.
Click it once.
Freaking lightsaber.
Yeah.
Stella,
click it once.
Looks like Yoda.
Isn't a guy in Mexico?
Whoops.
If you got it, yeah.
I had no clue.
It's a secret. It's a hidden secret.
Yeah, but you made a video last week. You were trying to tell everybody that there's a new introduction on the term.
Yeah.
What's the red light? What's the red light for?
Yeah, that's my question. Why would you need a red light?
Klaus,
That's the secret.
stop
Don't
when you're
tell
driving
anyone.
around.
It's the red light district.
Okay, you put on the lampshade, so the red light, you know.
From taxi.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
I
can
have
stick
that
it to the
one
back
for
of your
you.
car when it's stalled.
I got one for you.
Yeah, when your brake lights aren't working, you can hold it up and go like that every time you
Yeah.
Jim from taxi.
So look, I'll be back in just a minute. Don't
Go slow,
leave, because
Jim.
every time I take a break, everybody just disappears. So just hang tight.
2 hours.
Okay,
and 10 minutes.
everybody log off when John is gone. Okay.
That's what y'all usually do. I come back, I'm like, hey, where'd everybody go?
Yeah, but John, it's already been 2 hours. He's gonna shut it off.
Yeah,
Well, that's why
I'm going to shut it all down, John, in a minute. Anyway, if you want to hang fire.
Well, I guess I'll hear and pee on myself. But go ahead.
Hey, John, just leave your camera on. Just leave your camera on, take the headphone off, and walk away
This is
from
going
it.
with the torch.
Yeah.
The torch spark plug.
There you go.
All right, guys, I'm going to call it. It's we've done just about 2.25 hours.
See what you did, John?
Superb,
Already?
absolutely superb. There's loads of guys. We had over 50 in the house at one stage. It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
It's
What it makes it is you guys.
Yeah.
You guys on this panel is superb.
Yeah.
You really are. I just
Thank you, Conker.
I
We gotta
enjoy
get
it.
Sandy
You
up.
guys.
Yeah.
Thank
Sandy
you,
Rose.
each and every one of you. Thank you very much indeed for a lovely evening, and everybody on the comments as well. Have a brilliant weekend, and hopefully we'll
too.
see you next week, if not before. Take care.
you too,
Everybody.
Conker.
Thank you all.
Have a good evening.
Take
All
care.
right.
MJ, even you.
And Laura Jane. We got to get Sandy Rose and
Yeah.
Laura Jane.
Keebler, Sandy, everybody.
Yeah, everybody. All the very best.